My best friend, she's 23. She left her body and hovered above me. I saw no shadow, I looked around, searched every building and home that I found. I saw no shadow, but felt a glow. The warmth inside me, it kept me afloat. It felt like heaven had found my bones and gave me comfort when I feel alone. Now you're gone, I'm alone. I guess it's time to get better. Through the pain, I will go alone. If I fall, break my bones, I will scream even louder. 'Cause I'm not dying alone. I lost my best friend, she's 23. She left her body and hovered above me. Best friend, you're 23. I heard the heavens crying above me. They gained an angel, I lost a friend. I felt like dying again and again. I went through hell, stared at death, but I keep fighting with each living breath. I saw no way out from where I stood. Felt like the fire had burned me for. Now you're gone, I'm alone. I guess it's time to get better. Through the pain, I will go alone. If I fall, break my bones, I will scream even louder. 'Cause I'm not dying alone. I lost my best friend.
Hello everybody, Zelda Prime here, bringing you another live stream for tonight. Hope you all are having a great evening, having a great weekend. Tonight we're doing more Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. In the last episode we did part 1 through part 10. Tonight we're going to watch part 11. So nothing to it, let's get to it. Enjoy the stream.
What's up everybody, once again my name is Matt and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. In the last episode, we dispelled the Twilight in Kakariko Village and the surrounding areas by collecting all the Tears of Light, and we returned to our human form. In this episode, well, we're actually going to start heading up towards Death Mountain because, well, something happened with the Goron tribe and they are no longer being allies with the humans. It does have something to do with the mines up on Death Mountain. So in this episode, we are going to go investigate and try and figure out what's going on, put a stop to it, and hopefully fix the relationship with the Gorons and the humans. So let's head up here because if you remember when we were a wolf, we came to this area and we saw a Goron spirit on top of like this ledge. So once we actually finish climbing, you'll notice there's a Goron up here. What's going on, dude? Ah, no humans allowed. These lands ahead belong to the Goron tribe. The elder said no humans may pass. Uh-oh. Yeah, so he's going to charge at us and basically We have a chance to try and stop him, but he is just going to completely overpower us. A weak spirit is no match for the might of the Gorons. Do you understand me, human? Then away with you! Alright, so no matter what we do right now, we can't get past that guy, so let's head back into Kakariko and see if there is anything we could, like, possibly get or do that would give us an advantage in a fight against a Goron. Hey, it's Rana, what's up? How fortunate you are in one piece. I saw you heading up the mountain trail, so I was worried. Are you trying to reach the Gorons of Death Mountain? It is far too dangerous, Link. They recognize only strength. A normal person could never persuade them. But I do know one person who is able to best them and earn their trust. His name is Bo. You may know him as the mayor of your hometown, Ordon. Please, go to him, and while you are there, please let him know that the children are safe. Of course, getting them back would be best, but we could not keep them safe from the monsters on the road without a horse and a cart. Please, return to Ordon and inform the parents that their children are free from harm. Give them my word. Alright, well, we can do that, and it seems like Mayor Bo has a few secrets that we didn't know about, so let's start making our way all the way back to Ordon Village. That is really far away, if only there was a faster mode of travel. And hey, would you look at that? It's our trusty steed opponent, but she's getting attacked by a few, like, evil monsters. Thankfully, she was able to slip them, although seems like she's still in a state of panic, so that's not good. Looks like it's up to us to calm her down then, I guess. So, come here, Epona. Calm down, girl. It's gonna be alright. Don't worry. There's no more monsters attacking you. But once you regain control, what you're gonna want to do is pay attention to the bottom screen and tilt the control stick in the direction that it shows you. And eventually, Epona will calm down and it'll give you the opportunity to seize her. So there we go. We've done it. We've calmed Epona down, and we once again have our trusty steed by our side, just in time for our trip back to Ordon. You're not too shabby a wrangler after all. Thanks. Won't this make getting back to your town a lot easier? Heck yeah, well. Now go finish your errand so we can get back. Get a move on. Alright, so yes, obviously Epona's going to make travel a lot easier on us since we don't yet have access to all those portals to just teleport willy-nilly. Anyways, we also did need Epona to jump over this gate because it is still locked and obviously we can't dig under it in our human form. Mr. Link, wait! Who's this? Oh, it's the mailman again. What's up, friend? Greetings, Mr. Link. I have come to deliver a letter. It is a letter from Manuku. Oh, so it's probably useless then. Well, my business is concluded. Onward to mail. Alright, have fun, dude. Now, as far as I remember, all the letters from the Ukus are pretty much just like, you know, thanks for hanging out in the temple with me, so they're really nothing too important. Real quick, though, before we go any further, over in this patch of grass, you can actually find another golden bug. It's around here. Oh, there it is. Hang on. Yeah, it's around here somewhere. You can just, like, barely... Oh, there it is. Alright, yeah, but you can, like, see it glistening in the sun. But there we go. We got ourselves the female pill bug. And obviously, like I said, whenever you find one golden bug, you can pretty much be certain that the other one is somewhere nearby. So we're going to quickly pick that up before we actually make our way back to Ordon Village. It's actually really close by, though. It's right over here towards the left of the bridge. I think that's actually it on the ground. So let's just come over here and see if I can pick this bad boy up. Alright, there we go. Now we have the male pill bug. So that completes another set. And now that we got that, well, there's pretty much nothing else that we have to do here in Hyrule Field at the moment. So let's just start making our way towards Ordon Village. There's actually a lot of ground to cover between here and Ordon Village. That's what I mean when I said, like, this game was one of the largest Zelda games in terms of just sheer landmass, because there is just a lot of land, and we're only seeing like a small portion of it right now. Like, wait until you guys see the full map. It is just massive. It's really cool, honestly. But that does bring up one concern that I sort of want to mention right now. So, since there is a lot of travel and a lot of backtracking as a result of that, I think I'm going to implement my Wind Waker rule. And that is, of course, if we ever have to backtrack to an area that we've been to before, I will just cut all of that footage out because you guys really don't need to see me riding a Pono all the way back to Kakariko Village, because we will have to do that after we, do what we need to do here in Ordon Village. So I'll probably just cut that out to save us all the time, and as long as nothing important happens, I'll do that for all future backtracking and stuff like that as well. And man, a pony can be really finicky sometimes. I swear, if you go at an object at the wrong angle, it just completely screws with her, and she refuses to go the way that you want her to go. Doesn't really matter though. We made it across the bridge just fine, so we're just about to our home village now. Actually, we technically are in our home village because this is where our house is, but let's head to the main village because we need to talk to Mayor Bo. And would you look at that? He's right over there by his house. What's up, friend? Link! Whoa, it is you! Link! You're safe and sound! Your clothes! What happened to you, lad? Oh, just became the hero. No big deal. Come quick, inside! I see. So the youngins are in Kakariko Village. Well, that's good. Renato's an old friend. If they're in his care, then we can relax. So, don't keep me waiting, lad. Tell me my little girl, Ilya, is with the rest of them, right? Oh, I see. That ain't what I wanted to hear. But Link, I guess I need to think of all 5 of those poor kids, not just my own. They're all in danger. What I should be asking is, how can I help out? Well, there is something. What's that now? The Gorons of Death Mountain? I see. Serrano told you that. Well, it's true. I did defeat the Gorons in a contest of strength and earn their trust, with the help of a little secret. I can teach you the secret, but can you promise me that you absolutely positively will not disclose it to anyone? Yeah, sure, man. No problem. Good. Alrighty then. Absolutely no one. Okay, we got it. We got it. Come this way. Link, you've heard of sumo wrestling, right? Gorons like to match strength in sumo contests. Luckily for you, the basics of sumo are the same as stopping charging goats. You want to hear more? Let's do it. Alrighty then, I'll teach you the basics of the way of sumo. If you're getting in a sumo match, chances are you're in an arena like this. The first fellow to push his foe outside the arena wins. Step forward and grab your foe with A. Strike a fleeing foe by shaking the Wiimote, and sidestep an attacking foe by using the control stick. 3 techniques, all of them pretty basic. Master all 3 and you'll be shoving folks out of the arena in no time, lad. So there you go, the basics of sumo. Need to hear me again? Nope, we're good. Rather than explain a lot, why don't we just get to it? Come into the ring, lad. Oh boy, here we go. Looks like we're going to be taking on Mayor Bo in a sumo wrestling contest. And Mayor Bo takes his sumo seriously, man. He's in full-on sumo gear and everything. Although, I guess full-on sumo gear is more or less just a giant diaper. Link, on the other hand, he's just rolling up his pants and taking off his shirt. He is just every fangirl's dream at the moment right now. Anyways, though, let's do this. So we're going to fight Mayor Bo a total of 2 times. And the first time, it's more or less just the, tutorial. So it's going to be kind of easy. So let's just push him out of the ring after we smack him. That, throws him off guard. Wow, he actually dodged on a smack. Normally he doesn't dodge in the tutorial segment. But I guess this time around, he wants to be a little mean. I'll take it, though. Come on, dude, stop dodging all my attacks. There we go. Let's just push this guy out. You know what? I'm actually going to wait for him. Just dodge under him, and now we can push him out. So, there we go. Nice and easy. You seem to understand the basics. Alrighty, next time I won't go easy on you, lad. Fight me as if you were fighting one of the Gorons. Alright, so now Mayor Bo is no longer going to hold back at us. Now, this time around, what I like to do is sort of play a little more defensively, so I usually just wait for him to smack and then just try and push him out. That seems to be the most effective way. Wow, he actually blocked my smack there again. Alright. Oh, dang, wrong way to dodge. Oh, careful, he might actually push us out. There we go, and smack, and push him out of the ring. There we go. See? Pretty easy. Just play a little more defensively and you should be fine. Whoa, not too shabby, lad. With your natural talent, I'm sure you can take on the Gorons. Alright, sweet. You've gotten slightly stronger in the short time you've been gone, Link. Strong as you are, though, you can't hope to beat the Gorons wrestling with power alone. Those Gorons are made of rock. Now, the secret to being the Gorons is locked away in that chest. Take it with you, lad. So it seems like Mayor Bo had a little trick up his sleeve this entire time. I wonder what it is. Well, it's actually a pair of iron boots. So yeah, these will obviously make us a lot heavier. You can probably tell those boots are made of iron, lad. Whoever wears them won't easily be pushed around, even by a Goron. If you're fixing to fight a Goron, be sure to wear those boots. Let's be square though, lad. You can't ever tell anyone about those boots, especially Renato. Alright, Mayor Bo, don't worry, your secret's safe with me, even if it does mean you are a dirty, rotten cheater. But, whatever, let's get out of here. But there is one more thing that I want to do before we actually leave our village. So let's hop on Epona and actually make our way towards the ranch because I want to herd some goats. I know I said herding goats was kind of pointless before, but I should have clarified and actually meant that it was for that particular instance. And I was more or less talking about how useless the timer was. This time around, though, there will actually be a point to herding the goats. So let's talk to this dude. Link! I have no idea why has to fade out to switch scenes. No fooling, the tots are safe. I guess it's because Link was explaining it to him. And on top of that, they're all in Kakariko Village. Ah, shucks. You don't need to worry about that now. You're incredible, bud. I can already see everyone's smiling faces. Alright, let's talk to him one more time. That was just us catching him up. Well, hey there, Link. Brought Epona, huh? Well, how's about it? Wanna round them goats up for the first time in a dog's age? I bet these skins are sure happy to see you. Alright, let's do it. Great then. I'll leave it to you two today. Alright, so like I said, there is actually a point to doing it this time. We will get something from him for herding the goats. We just gotta make sure we do it in under 3 minutes, I believe, which should be incredibly easy considering we've done this at least 2 times before. We've always done it in less than a minute, so I don't foresee us having a problem with this add-on. It seems like all the goats are cooperating pretty well with us so far, so that is good. No! As soon as I say that, these guys, of course, are going to be the ones to, go all the way around the freaking thing. One of them actually went back to, the herd already. This guy, though, he's not cooperating. Come on, buddy. Why you gotta be like this, dude? Just get over there. Alright, sweet. Back with the rest of them. Now let's just finish wrangling these guys into the stinking barn. We still might be able to do it under a minute. If we're lucky enough, maybe. I don't know. Only a few more, come on. No, where you go? Alright, he actually went in, so he might be good. Wait, what? Where did this guy come from? This guy just like decided he was gonna go left and not go anywhere close to the barn. Come on, friend. Get around there. Alright, there you go. Alright, 1 minute and 11 seconds. Not bad. Still good enough to get the reward. Whew, way to ride, Link. You wrapped that up in just 1 minute and 11. Thanks to you, I wrapped things up a mite earlier today. Hey, as promised, here's a little healthy gift for y'all. Good luck out there, bud. And he gives us a piece of heart, and that is our 5th one, so that completes another heart container. It's a good thing I was able to wrap up early today, thanks to you helping me out, bud. Thanks a ton, Link. No problem. So now we have 5 heart containers, and that is pretty dang awesome. But now, since that is done, there's pretty much nothing else that we need to do here in the Ordon province. So, we basically just gotta make our way back to Kakariko. And like I said, I'm just gonna cut. So I will meet you guys once we get back there. Alright, so here we are, back in Kakariko. And here we come to save the day. Alright, so that fat ugly monster has Colin, and obviously we're not gonna let him get away with that, so let's just use opponent to jump this fence and chase after him. There he is. And he somehow like tied Colin to this pole in that short amount of time. Just like to taunt us or something. Well, you wanna fight, dude? We'll give it to you. We're totally ready. And of course, it's not just going to be a fair fight. He's gotta call in reinforcements for himself. Rude. Not very nice, dude. But don't worry too much about these guys. They're not gonna be that big of a problem for us. But this is pretty much our first instance of horseback combat. It's pretty simple, actually. We want to use the opponent to get up close to him. It's going to take a while. Make sure you don't use all your spurs either, because after you do, opponent will get tired out. But, oh crap, I just actually used all by accident. Yeah, when you get close to his side, though, just swing the Wii remote to use your sword, and you can pretty much take him out. You want to do this a few times, and honestly, what you want to try and do is get up right close to him, and just try and run Epona, like, into the side of his pig or whatever he's riding on the back of. That way you kind of get, like, stuck to him almost, and then you can keep, like, swinging. Kind of like that, except I think that other guy, like, knocked me off, and so I'm going to try and get on the side of him again. Oh, there we go. This is perfect. Let's just wail on him now, and there we go. All you pretty much have to do is knock off all of his armor. And now he's going to try and run away, but we're not going to let that happen. He's going to go on this weird-looking bridge. You might actually recognize this bridge from the title screen of the game. It's actually the same one, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, as soon as we cross it, these other guys, well, they're going to light the exits on fire. So now, we sort of got to have a standoff with this guy, a joust, if you will. But don't worry, it's actually really easy. So basically, he's going to charge us, we're going to charge back at him. What you want to do is just move slightly to the side and then slash at him with your sword. It's that simple. Just don't go too close to the edge. That way, like, you know, you don't fall off or anything like that. If he does manage to hit you first, you will fall off and lose like a heart of damage, but it's pretty hard to let that happen. Just make sure you time it right, and yeah, after the second hit, he will just fall into the abyss. So, goodbye, friend. Well, not really my friend, but goodbye, dude. And we get this, like, really cool cutscene. This is one of my favorite scenes in the entire game, honestly. Link just looks so freaking cool. But there we go. We've done it. We saved Colin. Link. Is everyone okay? Good. Beth, I'm sorry, you know, for shoving you. Are you mad? I think I finally understand. I understand what my dad meant when he told me I needed to be stronger, like you, Link. He wasn't talking about strength, like lifting stuff. He was talking about being brave. Link, you saved me, didn't you? You can do anything. You can do something to help the Gorons in the mine too, can't you, Link? And I love this scene right here too, where like Link's just standing in Kakariko and you can see Death Mountain in the background. Oh man, pretty cool. We're coming for you, Death Mountain. But we're gonna do that in the next episode. So if you guys enjoyed this part, a like rating would be greatly appreciated. If you wanted some more, consider subscribing. But once again, guys, my name is Matt. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. What's up, everybody? Once again, my name is Matt, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. In the last episode, we went all the way back to Oron Village. That way we could get ourselves the Iron Boots so we could challenge the Gorons. But on our way back to Kakariko, Colin got captured, so we rescued him. And now, well, we can actually head up Death Mountain. But before we do that, let's upgrade our equipment. So we're going to go right over to this building with the weird baby posters on it and go inside. Because, well, in the short time that the kids have been here, well, guess what? Mallow has quite literally set up shop here. Hey, you can look at stuff, but don't you dare just take things. Jeez, calm down. That's my valuable merchandise. You want it? You pay for it. I decided to take on this unmanned shop. Buy something. It helps the whole village if you do. Alright, so Mallow is actually selling the Hylian shield. Now, it is 200 rupees. That's kind of expensive, but trust me, it is well worth it. Not only is it the best shield in the game, you kind of need it if you plan on going up Death Mountain. I'll explain why in a little bit. For now, let's just get out of here. Maybe I can't become a hero, but I figure I can help people out with heroic business deals. You'd better work hard too. Man, I love Mallow. He's like one of my favorite characters. I don't know why, man. But yeah, the reason why you wanted to get the Hylian shield is because, well, Death Mountain is actually an active volcano, and we're going inside it, so you can expect like lava and fire and stuff like that. And our Ordon shield, it's made out of wood, so yeah, it would easily get burned up in there. So instead, we're going to use the metal Hylian shield, which is pretty much indestructible. So now that we got this, there's actually one more thing that I do want to do in the village here before we make our way up Death Mountain, and that's collect 2 more golden bugs. So let's quickly head inside this abandoned house, because believe it or not, there is actually a golden bug just chilling out on the floor. So let's pick this bad boy up, and there we go. Oh, that's actually bad girl, my bad. That is the female golden ant. So of course, the male version of the golden ant is going to be somewhere in this Kakariko area. So we're going to go and grab that, and then I promise we will start making our way up Death Mountain and pretty much towards the next temple, because believe it or not, the next temple is basically at the top of Death Mountain. Now, I believe the male golden ant is somewhere in the Kakariko graveyard. I think it's in the back towards that like really big tree. So let's head over there. Now the music in this area, the music in here is like so creepy. I don't know why, it just always freaks me out. But there it is. Alright, so let's just pick up this golden bug, and bam, male ant. So that completes another set. Doing good so far on the golden bugs. Now that we got that, let's get out of here and start making our way towards Death Mountain. It's kind of weird, like, we're collecting these golden bugs sort of for a side quest, but like, besides this one small thing that we're doing, you know, along the way, we really haven't encountered too many side quests yet. Like, we really only been focusing on the main story of the game, which is kind of cool, I guess. Like, I kind of do like that, because obviously the main story is like the best part about any Zelda game, except for maybe Majora's Mask, where the best part of that game was actually the side quest. But regardless, it doesn't really matter. Anyways, now that we have the iron boots, let's actually put that on our hotbar real quick, because, well, guess what? This is actually a quick equip item, so we can put these on and take them off without having to equip them to our B button. So we can use our other items while we're actually wearing the iron boots, like our boomerang, our slingshot, and our lantern, etc., etc. But now that we have these, what do you say we climb up here and talk to this Goron again? What's up, bud? Ho! You are back again, human. You will never pass. You cannot hope to match our brute force. Oh, we'll see about that. So let's quickly put on the iron boots. And now, let's grab on this guy and throw him behind us just like a goat. See you later, pal. I like how Link screams are all heroically. But, yeah, make sure you keep those on your hotbar, because, well, guess what? There are going to be a ton of Gorons coming at you while you're trying to go all the way up this, like, Death Mountain trail. And I mean a ton. Like, it gets kind of annoying after, like, the third one. And speaking of the third one, well, guess what? Here he is. So yeah, every time you see a Goron, just stop, put on your iron boots, and get ready to throw them behind you. If they do hit you, I believe they would take like a quarter of a heart, so it's not like the biggest threat in the world, and they don't even like push you back that far. So if you wanted to, I guess you could just like roll straight through them and keep going, but I don't know, I guess it's just like much simpler for me to stop and just push them behind me. I think maybe there's only one more left, so let's just grab this last guy, hopefully, and peace out, buddy. I think we are in the clear now. I'll know in a second once we get over this ridge, and yes, we are. Okay, sweet. Over here, though, now we just gotta deal with these annoying guys up on, like, the ridge shooting freaking fire arrows at us. So, yeah, just do your best to, like, roll out of the way, and hopefully you won't get... Oh, man, we actually did get hit. Only took a quarter of a heart, so again, not really a big deal, but you can do your best to avoid getting hit by just rolling through them. You could also probably block them with your Hylian shield, but that would take a little bit longer. Alright, though, seems like we have finally made it towards Death Mound itself. Didn't take that long, and wow, that rock actually hit us while we were in a cutscene. Good thing we did not take damage for that. And uh-oh, seems like those Gorons have noticed us. Now, this cutscene's actually pretty important because, well, it teaches you something. Gorons can actually be used as makeshift springboards to help you scale or get up to higher ledges. So just keep that in mind, because that's basically how we are going to be scaling Death Mountain. Don't worry about that right now, because as soon as you jump down in like this center area, well, guess what? Yeah, giant rocks are going to be constantly falling on you. So just do your best to avoid them, and eventually, yeah, the giant motherload of all rocks is going to come down, and you'll automatically avoid it, so you'll be safe. Don't worry about that. But yeah, just, you want to wait for this to happen before you do anything else. Whoa, this looks dangerous. Is this a traditional Death Mountain welcome? Yeah, kind of creepy, but now that that has fallen on us, the rocks have sort of ceased for now, and what you want to do is approach these Gorons, wait for them to attack you, shield, then attack them back, and that'll pretty much turn them into a ball, and now we can easily use them as springs to scale up the mountain. So we pretty much just gotta rinse and repeat this method until we get all the way to the top. Alright, there we go. Oh no. Yeah, once they start like shaking like that, it means that you really can't get on them. So you do have to be a little bit quick about it. But there we go. And also make sure you're facing the right direction, because as soon as they launch you, you are going in that direction no matter what. And oh man, I totally rolled out of the way of that. Whatever, not a big deal. We only gotta do this a few more times, and then we will be at the top. Now that we're up here, though, you'll notice something. As soon as you get close to this little, like, geyser of steam or whatever, it's going to instantly start blowing, like, a gust of steam at you. Now, if you step into that, it's going to blow you away. It won't actually do any damage to you, however, so if you just put on your iron boots, well, you can easily just walk right through it. So that's really all you gotta do there, and you'll be just fine. Now, I think there's gonna be some more Gorons rolling at us, so be careful when you're going around this corner, and yeah, there we go, be ready to put on your iron boots. That way you can grab these guys and just toss them behind you. I think there might actually be another one, so hang on, let's just wait it out. And yep, there he is, I knew it. Alright, get out of here, buddy. And hopefully we can just like make it up through this area before like a third one comes down. Alright, cool, we made it. Now we just gotta launch ourselves up 2 more times, and I think we will be there. So come on, buddy, attack me. There we go. And let me just get on your back real quick. Don't worry about it, dude. And ta-da, all the way on the top. I think it's kind of funny that like once you get them in their shell, the Gorons do like nothing to stop you from like getting on top of them, and they're perfectly okay with just launching you further up the mountain. But there we go, we made it. Inside these barrels, yep, there is just some hearts so you can refill your health, but since we're good to go, let's just enter the Goron stronghold, if you will. And there they are waiting for us. Oh no, they're getting ready to attack us. This is terrible. Enough. Thank goodness for that. Is this young one such an imposing enemy that you must all gang up on him? I think not, little brothers. I am a Goron elder, little human. I am called Gorkoron. Because of certain circumstances, I must lead the Goron tribe in place of Darbus, our tribal patriarch. Tell me, little human, do you come from the village below? You have done well to come this far. You are strong for a human. However, the mines beyond here are sacred to my tribe. Outsiders are not allowed unless what? I could make an exception, but you would have to beat me in a contest of power. Are you willing to try that, little human? I think we know exactly what you're talking about, so yeah, let's do it. And of course, he challenges us to a sumo wrestling match. It's a good thing we came prepared. Let's do this, my friend. Now, you'll notice something. We actually don't have our iron boots equipped for this first round, so no matter what we do, well, we're pretty much destined to lose because, well, I mean, look at him. He's like double Link's size, for crying out loud. There is just no way we would win. So just like quick charge at him, and yeah, you will instantly get thrown out of the ring no matter what you do. Your body is skinny, brother, and so you are too light. You do not stand a chance. Try again later, brother. Alright, so let's put on our iron boots this time and give it another go, shall we? Eh? What is this? Do you want to try again, little human? Yeah, I think things might play out just a little differently. You think you are tough, do you? Let's find out. Indeed. Let's do this, my friend. So, now that we have the iron boots, we actually stand a little bit more of a chance, but we still have to sort of outmaneuver. Oh man, that was actually good on us. Sweet, now we have the advantage. Ah, dang it, I was kind of hoping he was going to slap the other way. Oh crap, careful, man. Oh, there we go, perfect, come on. Ah, dang, I was really hoping that would work. Oh, there we go, we got it. Done and done. GG, my friend. GG. So yeah, just play like defensively. You should be able to beat him. Young warrior, you have a strong will and sharp eyes. Thank you. Fine traits. Want to see how well you can use them? Sure, I guess. You have seen it, I would bet. The mountain erupting without pause. When the mountain began to rage, all four of us elders and Darbus, our patriarch, went inside to investigate its anger. We have a treasure that was entrusted to us by the spirits, and we must protect it. Do you understand? But the moment Darbus reached out and touched the treasure, everything went wrong. He collapsed, and before our very eyes transformed into an unspeakable monster. He began to rage through the mines, trailing ruin behind him, and the eruptions grew more frequent and more severe. We used all of our strength to seal him deep inside the mountain. It grieved us to do this to our patriarch. We had no other course of action. I ask this favor of you, young warrior. Go to the aid of Darbus. Make no mistake, the spirits have guided you here. I, Gor Koron, need your help. On behalf of my entire clan, I ask you for your aid. You two, let the young warrior pass. Alright, so right through that tunnel is the entrance to the next temple. But you know what? We're going to take that on in the next episode. So if you guys enjoyed this part, like rating would be greatly appreciated. If you want us more, consider subscribing. But once again, guys, my name is Matt. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.
University of Phoenix is awarding up to $1 million in new scholarships this month. If you've been waiting for an opportunity to go back to school, it's time to stop waiting. See what scholarship you may qualify for at phoenix.edu.
What's up, everybody? Once again, my name is Matt, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. In the last episode, we scaled Death Mountain and challenged the Goron Elder to a sumo wrestling match in which we kicked his old behind. So now, as a result, we can freely enter the Goron Mines, which is the second temple of the game. Now, of course, the reason why we're going in here is because we want to get another Fused Shadow, but the Gorons also need our help. You see, their patriarch went in here, touched some random treasure, and transformed into a horrible, hideous monster. So now it's up to us to defeat that monster, save the patriarch, and get ourselves that Fused Shadow. So as you can see, this is sort of the fire/lava dungeon of the game. It's actually pretty cool, but I do have one problem with it, and this might be just me, but like, because of the intense heat, it like does that weird thing with the camera where it like makes it wobbly, and believe it or not, that actually does give me ever so slight motion sickness, and it's weird because that's like the only thing in games that actually does that. Alright, so we have a lava plume here, but basically to get past this, what you want to do is head over to the switch, step on it, and then equip your iron boots, because I guess these switches were made for Goron, so you need to be a little bit heavier to actually activate them. And again, over here, another plume, so you want to do the same thing for this switch. Now, when you do activate them, they are actually on a timer. You can probably hear the ticking in the background, but specifically for this one, you want to be a little bit quick about it since you do need to cross it again over here. But once you make it to the slider, you're pretty much in the clear. So now, once you get up here, Let's just jump directly across because there's actually a chest over here and a new enemy. I believe that's a lava slug or a fire slug. Kind of weird enemies, but they go down rather quickly. More importantly though, we got ourselves a red rupee. Pretty nice considering we did spend a lot of money on our Hylian shield, so it's nice to make that back. Alright, so let's just cross over here now, and right down this little, like, I guess pathway is another lava spire, but more importantly is this lava slug. So now that we've taken that out, it's sort of cleared the path because the button to deactivate that lava spire is all the way on the other end. So as soon as we hit this, we gotta run all the way down to where that lava spire is, and taking out that enemy is crucial because if you don't, chances are you will run into it and it will slow you down, and then you won't be able to make it past the lava spire. So make sure you do that first, and then you should be fine. You could also risk it, but you know, why bother? It only takes like 2 seconds. Now, do not jump down once you get here. Instead, jump onto this metal platform and equip your iron boots because this is actually a switch, and weighing it down will open up this gate, which will lead us to the next area. You do not want to forget to do that. Trust me, it's a pain in the butt if you do. Anyways, though, right through here is the, well, I guess you could say it's the hub room of this dungeon, and there's a lot of cool stuff going on in here. Specifically, though, these weird, like, cranes with the blue material underneath them. We'll find out what that does in a little bit. For now, let's actually go left in this room because if we go to the right, there is a locked door eventually, and since we can't open that yet, there really isn't much to do over there for us at this particular moment. So, holy crap, I jumped like really far just to finish that guy off, but I guess it was kind of cool. Alright, so now those guys are gone, let's just open up this chest and see what's inside this bad boy. So there we go, we got ourselves a small key. Now we can actually open up that locked door that I was talking about. So let's make our way over there. While we're doing that, I guess I can sort of talk about this temple a little bit because this temple, while it is cool, it does have some glaring issues with it. And I guess my problem with it is that it is way too simple. Like, the puzzles in this temple, if you even want to call them that, are just so incredibly simple. Like, they are not complex at all. Like, you barely need to think to solve anything in this temple. It's always at the point where it's like, why even bother putting in a puzzle if the solution is literally spelled out for you and it really does not take any brain power to solve. Real quick though, this is actually a new enemy. That's not really a new enemy, it's a Dodongo, but we haven't seen one in this game yet, and yes, that's what they look like in Twilight Princess. Kind of weird, especially if you're used to like the Ocarina of Time Majora's Mask, or even Hyrule Warriors style of Dodongos. Real quick though, I want to point out that wall that's blocking our path. We're going to do something about that in just a little bit, but I guess that actually is a good example of a puzzle that is ridiculously easy to solve. So, it's blocking our path right now, but just watch. As soon as we jump over to this area in front of us, the solution is already just spelled out for us. Let me take care of this other Dodongo real quick, just so it doesn't bother us, and then I'll sort of explain, you know, what I'm talking about. Oh, and by the way, if you want to switch targets, like, you don't have to, like, manually do it. As soon as you strafe around, the game will automatically, like, switch to targeting onto his tail, which is really, really helpful. Anyways, so the solution to this highly complex puzzle is quite literally grabbing this chain and pulling it out. Now, I know this is only one example, but trust me, the rest of the dungeon is kind of similar, and I guess this is slightly more complex since, you do kind of want to wait until the lava is going down. That way you can run all the way around to where we first saw that, wall, because it will slowly go back to its original position. But yeah, it's really, really easy to get past, and they give you a lot of time. Anyways, we will actually learn something interesting in this room. So as you can see, there is an exit on the top, and would you look at that? That is that weird blue stuff that we saw on the cranes in the hub room. We're actually going to learn what that is in this room, and that sort of adds just a new layer to this temple. Not really anything complex, but let's just go and step on this switch real quick, And check it out, it will pretty much just bring us all the way up to this blue stuff, which is more or less just a magnetic material. So there are magnetic rays that will bring you to it, and then as long as you have your iron boots, you are sticking to that stuff like glue. Anyways, we actually made it to the first Goron Elder inside the temple, so what do you say we talk to him real quick? Ah, I thought I felt a presence, but what a surprise to find a young human! Word has come to me of you, and if Goron has faith in you, then your heart must be true. I am one of the 4 Goron Elders. Goramato is my name. You are heroic, young human. Please, you must lend this tribe your power. Alright, and he gave us a key shard. This is one of 3 that we need to find. That is one of the key shards that would merge together form the keys to the room where Darvis is being held. He is our patriarch. The key is split into 3 pieces. Each of us elder keeps a piece. You must hurry to the other elders. Yeah, calm your cane, I'm working on it. First though, I want to open up this chest because, well, it contains something very important. It's the dungeon map. So there we go, now we can see the entire layout of this area. There's also another chest back here that I want to open up. This one, nothing really too important, but it is a red rupee, so we can just pad out our wallets some more. Let's climb this ladder though, because this will actually take us up to, I guess, the 2nd floor of this room, and that's kind of how you want to exit, because remember, like in the last room I was pointing out how it had a exit right above us. Well, this will pretty much lead us to that exit. First though, let's pick up this pot because we saw something inside it, and wouldn't you know it, it's the Uku! Phew! Free at last! Gracious, you're that nice fellow who helped me out the other day. How nice to see you again. Well, now that we've found each other again, let's stick together for a bit. I'll be right with you, so if you want to warp out, just let me know. Alright, so we reunited with our pal the Uku. And I should probably make this a little more clear. Uku is actually this thing's name. It's part of the Uka tribe, which we haven't actually seen yet, but I want to make that distinction because someone mentioned it in the comments before. Anyways, let's flop on our iron boots, that way we can literally walk on walls and make our way over to that 2nd exit that we saw earlier. What's cool about like using the iron boots to walk on the walls and stuff like that is that you can still actually use your sword to fight enemies, although it is a little bit harder, I must admit, just because, well, you know, you're moving a little bit slower and you're not quite as agile. Anyways, let's activate this switch, and whoop, there we go, up to the ceiling. Alright, so, while we're up here, let's actually walk down this sort of, like, right path, because, believe it or not, there is actually a chest with an item in it that is very, very important. I think you actually do move slightly faster, like when you're targeted onto something and you're sort of, like, jabbing at them, so I might try to do that just to speed things up a little bit while we're walking on, like, these magnetic platforms, because, my gosh, you move so incredibly slow. Anyways, let's open up this chest because, well, guess what's inside? It is the first of the 2 pieces apart in this temple. Now, this is sort of another complaint I have with this temple. It is very, very linear. Like, there's really only one way you can go, and you really can't get lost, at least not that easily. Like, you'd have to actually try to get lost in this temple. Plus, a lot of these magnetic platforms, like, there's not too many incredibly long ones, but they do take a long time to traverse. Like, this is probably one of the longer ones in the temple, mainly because we have to go sort of towards the back of this room, and then loop all the way around to the front, just so we can continue exiting these rooms from the 2nd floor exits. This is actually the same room in which we first saw the Dodongos. But yeah, like, I guess the linearity of this temple combined with the really, really simple puzzles just sort of makes it a little forgettable in my eyes. And it's a shame because this temple has a lot of really, really good concepts. I just feel like they didn't use them to their fullest extent. Like, if they made the puzzles just a little bit trickier and the temple wasn't so easy to figure out, you know, where you need to go next, I think it would have been a lot better. But I guess since this is really only the second temple. They didn't want to ramp up the difficulty all that much, so I guess I can sort of see where they're coming from. But still, I mean, as a result, I feel like this temple is just something really, really easy, simple, and somewhat forgettable, like I said. Alright, let's hop down off here and actually go through this door now because, well, guess what? This is going to lead us right back into the hub room, except now we're on sort of this central platform, and check it out. There's another switch that we want to press, and that one is very important. You'll see why once we actually do press it, but for now, let's go and take out all these enemies that are sort of in our way, preventing us from doing our job. I mean, we could technically just go and press the switch, but, I mean, with these guys all surrounding the platform, might actually be kind of difficult, so might as well just take them out to make our lives a little bit easier and junk like that. I'm curious, though, as to what you guys actually think of this temple. Like, I gave you my opinions, so now give me yours in the comments below. Anyways, though, we step down that switch, which of course will activate this central crane, and pretty much what this is doing now is rotating between 3 different areas, back towards the beginning of the temple, where we are now, and where we actually want to go. So more or less, this just created a shortcut for us. So we're going to stand right here, put on our iron boots, and wait for this thing to take us up to the ceiling and bring us over to the next area of the temple. But this is more or less just like a stop-off station because, well, check it out. There's another switch that we need to hit. So let me just take out all these enemies real quick, and then we will press this switch because, well, guess what? As soon as we activate it, it's going to turn on another crane for us, and this one will take us up even higher in this area. That way we can, continue moving on through this temple and so on and so forth. Pretty basic stuff, honestly. You guys really didn't need me to explain that, but whatever. Regardless, now that those enemies are gone, let's just move on through to this next room and check it out. We're actually going to see a new older enemy again. These guys are tech types. They're a little weird in this game, honestly. I kind of like them, but at the same time, I don't kind of like them. And oh my gosh, stop jumping on me, guys. You really... Alright, these guys are actually wrecking my face right now. Normally these guys are really easy to, just take out, but being kind of weird. Alright, there we go. Now that they're all gone, we can actually start doing stuff in this room. So, first things first, come over to this corner of the room and use your iron boots to sink down. That way we can open up this chest. And it's really important because this chest actually contains a small key. And trust me, you want to get this first. That way you do not forget about it. Now that we have that, though, let's just swim over to this opposite corner because, well, there's a block under there. So let's sink down and we can just push this out of our way. Oh, by the way, Link has an oxygen meter that appears underneath the hearts when you're underwater. So make sure you keep an eye on that so you don't drown while you're underwater. Alright, so let's activate this switch. And, well, check it out. It's going to create another magnetic ray that we can just jump right in and go up to the ceiling. Are you guys sort of seeing a trend? Yeah, well, get used to it because there is still a lot to go. Speaking of which, check it out, another button. Alright, let's press this bad boy. And guess what? Another magnetic ray that we need to fall into. Oh man, alright, I'm gonna do my best to, not focus on, negatives anymore. Because I kind of like to be positive in my videos, and I know a lot of you guys don't really like it when I, focus on too many negative things or just bash on a game too much. So I'm gonna try and avoid doing that, although I will state my opinions of a particular thing when we get there, but I'll try not and focus on them. Anyways, we got ourselves another 20 rupees. Very nice. Now, once you get over here, just hit this weird crystal switch. It takes a few seconds to activate it, but it does actually open up this gate to the next area. Now, it's time, so be a little bit quick to get through here, but you should be able to make it perfectly fine, no matter what. Unless you fall into the water or something like that. Now, these weird, rotating things up here, those are actually BMOs in this game. It's kind of weird, but I do like the design, not gonna lie. Alright, so we're going to ignore those for now, though, and instead just walk up this wall. Now, you can actually go to the left, and if you want to progress, I would recommend going there. But first, let's go to the right because, well, there's something far more important than progression. It's a chest, and inside this chest is something that you definitely want to get if you plan on 100% the game. It's actually the second heart container for this temple. So again, really easy to pick up. Alright, oh dang it, I was kind of hoping we could actually land like right back on this blue stuff, but oh well. Yeah, because there's no like slant to go back on this stuff from that platform where the chest is, you gotta go all the way back down to the bottom and then walk all the way up again. Not really a big deal though because, well, we're already back up here. Now, once you're up here, the only thing that you want to do is actually go up to this rope and just cut it with your sword. That will sort of like let this drawbridge fall into place. And check it out, there's the locked door that we needed the key for. So, let's actually just drop down over here. That way we can completely avoid those BMOs and just walk through this door completely unharmed. Now, once you get into this room, well, guess what? There are some enemies in here, and they really just do not like the fact that you're here. So, they're going to constantly shoot fire arrows at you. Now, just keep moving, and for the most part, you should be able to avoid all of them, but you can, like, you know, stop and deflect them with your Hylian shield if you wanted to. Instead, what I like to do is literally just run over here as fast as you can. That way you can open up this small chest and get another small key. Now that we have this, we're actually just going to run all the way across this area, trying to avoid getting hit by any fire arrows, and unlock this door. There's really nothing that I want to do in this room right now anyways. Alright, so now that we've made it safe and sound into this room, we're actually close to another Goron Elder. So all you really want to do is come up onto this platform, make it to the middle fast, and then put your iron boots. That way when this thing, you know, rotates upside down, you don't accidentally just fall into the pit below or whatever is down there. I think it might be water, but yeah, just make it across and you'll be fine. But check it out. Inside this next room is the second Goron Elder. So let's go and talk to him. What's up, buddy? Oh, the young human. I am pleased to see you make it this far, brother. I am one of the 4 elders of the Goron tribe. I am called Gorezio. You have heard the plight of our patriarch. Otherwise, you would not have come to see me. Here, take this, brother. Alright, so we got ourselves the second key shard. Only one more left. Now, there is one more shard, but seeing you has reminded me of the dangers that line the path to it. There is something that may help you. A weapon said to have been left in this mine by a hero of old. It is beyond price, and so we have protected it through the generations. Now, when our tribe balances on the brink of ruin, it could aid in our salvation. The hero's weapon is stored safely up ahead. Talk to the guards and take it with you, with the blessing of the Gorons. Alright, sweet man, appreciate it, but first, I'm actually going to come back here and loot this chest of yours because, well, it contains a yellow rupee. Fantastic. And of course, just like with the other Goron room, make sure you climb the ladder and exit from the second floor. Now, we're actually close to the mini-boss of this temple, believe it or not. It's actually sort of in the next room after we, you know, exit this area. We're not going back to that room with all those enemies shooting the fire arrows at us. Instead, we're going to go off to the right. So let's just hop on this wall and get over there. But first, before we actually go through that door, I believe there is actually a chest that we can get. So let's just keep moving along this wall until we get about... here should work. So let's just jump down. And wouldn't you know it, here's the chest. So let's open up this bad boy and get ourselves... yeah, just another yellow rupee. Nothing too special. Anyways, like I was saying, the mini-boss is right up ahead. But you know what? We're going to take that on in the next episode. So if you guys enjoyed this part, a like rating would be greatly appreciated. If you want to see more, consider subscribing. But once again, guys, my name is Matt. Thank you so much for watching. And I'll catch you in the next one. What's up, everybody? Once again, my name is Matt, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. In the last episode, we started up the second temple of the game, and in this episode, we are going to finish up this temple. But first, let's go right into this room because, well, we're going to start by taking on the mini-boss of this temple. So yeah, sort of starting this temple off with a bang, or starting this video off with a bang, rather. But here is our opponent directly in front of us. Isn't he just amazing? Whoa, human! What business does a human have coming here? None! No business! This is a forbidden place! I will protect this treasure from you! Yeah, so I don't know how all the elders, know about us coming into this temple to help out the patriarch, but someone did not give this guy the memo, and he will not listen to us, so we need to fight him. Now, believe it or not, this is one of the easiest bosses, or mini-bosses in the entire game, so all you want to do, stand close to the edge, put your iron boots, and wait for him to attack. Then just counterattack with your sword until he rolls up into a ball. Then you can just grab him and throw his butt into the lava. Literally, that's all you need to do. So just rinse and repeat, 2 or 3 times, and you should be done. Make sure you get close to the edge though, because if you grab him and throw him from the middle of the platform, chances are he will not reach the edge, and won't actually fall into the lava, and you'll have to throw him again. But I believe one more time, and this guy should be toast. So come on, buddy, get over here. And there we go, counterattack, one last time. Alright, grab him, and into the lava you go. And that's that. Not even joking, that was the mini-boss. I told you it was really, really easy. The boss of this temple is also very easy. Oh, that hurt a lot. Who knew that humans were capable of such feats of strength? Well, it was all thanks to my iron boots. Maybe you are going to see the patriarch of our tribe? Actually, yes, that's exactly what I'm doing. Ah, so that is why you are here. In that case, take the weapon of the hero of the past. But in exchange, you must save the patriarch of our tribe. Alright, I'll do it. I mean, that was kind of the plan anyway, so whatever. This entire fight was useless, but it doesn't matter because I didn't even take any damage. You lost your armor though, so I kind of feel bad for you. But there we go. Now that that is done, let's just walk past this guy and enter this room because, well, guess what? The item from this temple is right in here, and it's actually one of my favorite weapons in the entirety of the Zelda series. So some of you might already know what that is, but for now, let's open up this chest. And for those of you who don't know, it's actually the hero's bow. I love the bow in any Zelda game. It's always one of my favorite items. So anyways, we can hold up to 30 arrows right now. This sort of does replace our slingshot though. So I'm probably going to be using this more often than not now. Anyways, we can also use the bow to chop down ropes on these drawbridges. And now we can actually leave this room. Now, believe it or not, we're actually almost done with this temple. All we need to do is get the last key shard to finish up the big key and get the compass. Then we can pretty much go straight for the boss room. In this room, there's a ton of BMOs around here, but as you can tell, they're not active. But as soon as you walk up to this guy, yeah, they're all going to turn on, which is actually good for us because what you want to do now is aim at the 2 BMOs on the right, and to deactivate them, just shoot them in the eye, and that'll pretty much disable them permanently. Now, what you want to do is pull the one in the middle out. And you want to make sure you will shoot the one to the left of it too, because if you don't and try to pull this guy, the one on the left will shoot you with his laser and pretty much prevent you from doing that. Anyways, though, check it out. In this room is the last Goron Elder, so let's talk to him and get our final key shard. Ah, you are here at last. I heard that you might pay a visit, young human. I am far-sighted in all things. Here you go, the last key shard. Combine all 3. Alright, so there we go. We combined all 3 and got ourselves the big key. If you use that key, you can open the room where Darbus, the tribal patriarch, is being held. Who knows how powerful Darbus is in his new grotesque form? But I suppose I should trust your power, considering you came this far. Hurry now, to the patriarch's room. Alright, I'm on it. As soon as I come over here and... oh my gosh. As soon as I come over here and open up this chest. I can't believe I just walked off. But yeah, this guy, he's got the big bucks, man. He's got a purple rupee, which of course is worth 50. Now, you'll notice there is no, like, upstairs to this room. So for once, we actually do need to exit this room from the same way that we came in. Now, there's actually one other thing that I want to do in this BMO's room. And as you can see, they all sort of are deactivated again. So let's reactivate them real quick. And we're pretty much going to do the same thing that we did to get into the Patriarch's room, except this time on the left side of the room. And behind the middle BMOs is actually a chest which contains something very, very important. So let's find out exactly what that is. Alright, let's open up this bad boy. Inside this chest, well, we have the dungeon compass, although it's kind of completely useless since we have all the major items in the temple already, but it's still cool to have. And now the last thing that we need to do in this room is shoot this final BMO, deactivate him, and now we can finally just pull him back, and this will allow us to exit this room, and I believe this will actually take us back to, oh wait, no, this is the room that we haven't been to just yet. This one will lead us back to a room that we've been to before, but we do need to do something first. So pay attention to this cutscene because, yeah, there's a switch up there on the ceiling, and we need to figure out how we can activate that. But first, what I like to do in this room is take out my bow and shoot all of these flame slugs off of these pillars on the ceiling. And I'm doing this now because we're actually going to have to go sort of on the platforms that they are above, and if you don't take them out and just sort of like jump on those platforms, they'll all fall down on you at the same time and just be really, really annoying. Anyways, we're gonna roll into this gate, that way you can knock it down. Let me get rid of these freaking keys real quick, because no one likes them. Alright, so now that those guys are gone, and oh yeah, I forgot there's more freaking flame slugs over here. Let me just take these guys out real quick. And that'll do it. Ooh, yay, more arrows. Thank goodness. I actually used quite a few of them taking out the other slugs. But yeah, the reason why I got rid of them is just so I can completely avoid fighting the dongos. I can just, you know, jump right past them. And oh man, there's still some more slugs over here. And why do I keep jump attacking these guys? Like, I know it doesn't work, but I don't know. It's just some sort of habit I have where I need to jump attack every single enemy. Anyways, come over here and step on this switch and make sure you put your iron boots to activate it, and you'll be taken up to the ceiling. Now, what I recommend doing here is staying relatively close to this wall, because as you can see, there is another Dodongo up here as well, and you kind of want to make it to this weird little cave thing without it noticing you. That way you can pull out your bow and shoot this switch. Yeah, shooting things upside down is actually kind of weird. Like, get used to it though, because you will have to do it later on as well, but it does kind of confuse me as well. Anyways, check it out. We're actually back in the main hub room of the temple, but first, let's go over to the right, because there is a chest, and inside this bad boy we can get ourselves another purple rupee. Fantastic. So we're pretty much above everything else right now, and believe it or not, we actually want to go down a little bit. So let's shoot these ropes again so we can lower the bridge. And well, guess what? There's another switch over here, and of course there's a magnet right above us. So activating this will activate this sort of like, you know, crane and take us back over this platform. That will pretty much lead us into the room where all that water was, you know, way back in the last episode. But there's actually going to be some new enemies in this area now. Kind of weird that they do this, but these guys are actually really annoying. So what I recommend doing is just trying to take them out as soon as you can. Once you get in this room, one arrow ought to do the trick, and you'll be good to go, really. Now, thankfully, since we do have the hero's bow, we don't need to solve a puzzle in this room. Instead, what we can do is just shoot the switch, and that will activate the door for us. And now, oh wow, these enemies actually respawn. That's kind of weird. I didn't know they did that. Oh well, whatever. We'll just take these guys out real quick, and we don't need to do anything else since we already lowered the bridge. So I'm just gonna run past these BMOs and just ignore them completely, because they're really not gonna harm me in any way. I'm like way too quick for them. But yeah, you wanted to make your way back into this room, and I promise that's all the backtracking that we needed to do. Now this is the same room that when we entered originally, there were all those enemies shooting fire arrows at us and stuff like that. And all we did was really get a small key, but trust me, there is more to this room than meets the eye. And yes, these guys are still going to shoot their fire arrows at us, but thankfully this time around, we can do something about it. So go back over where you found that small key, except this time, let's actually take care of this. Ooh, wow. He almost killed me with that laser. I think I was barely out of the way of that. But yeah, just kill the Beamos and then pull it all the way back because, well, check it out. There is a super secret hidden wall behind it. Ooh. And where will this take us? Well, it'll actually take us up, like, sort of to the same level at, where those stupid enemies with the fire arrows are. And, oh, by the way, watch out for the exploding barrels, too, because if they shoot them, they will explode and do some damage. But, of course, we can do the same thing if they have the exploding barrels next to them. Give them a taste of their own medicine, if you will. And once you get over here, just, I guess take out the remaining enemies. You don't really have to if you don't want to, but it does make your life a little bit easier since they'll stop, you know, shooting arrows at you. Once they're all gone, activate this switch, and wouldn't you know it, it's going to activate the last crane. And this one is going to bring us all the way into the back. And check it out, there's actually a giant bridge back there held up by a rope. So already you can probably guess what we're going to do. So let's just jump into this thing, and yes, there we go, we actually got it. So now, all we have to do, ride this around, and let's just shoot this string down. Bam, there we go. And now we can exit this room with that door, which will actually take us towards the boss room. Like, we're actually really, really close. You can even see where the boss is on the map. Like, it's that weird purple / magenta square. So let's just drop down and enter this next room. And I kind of apologize if I'm explaining things sort of ahead of myself or going too quickly, but like I said in the last temple, I'm sort of like trying to explain things as we go along. And speaking of which, wow, I can't believe I actually killed the pot instead of the enemy. Yeah, real quick, first things first in this room, normally what I like to do is take out the two archers from this area since they can't actually see you or reach you. And then you're pretty much good to go to take out the remaining few enemies in this room. But, yeah, I sort of, like, I'm trying to explain things as I go along in these temples, since if I sort of explain them as I was doing them, or, you know, like right before I went to do them and, like, pause to explain it, it would sort of take a lot longer. And these temples are already kind of long, so I'm sort of, like, explaining them as I'm going along here to speed things up a little. Anyways, we have another bridge, so let's just shoot this down. And, well, guess what? So there's a horde of enemies waiting for us on the other side. So now we kind of need to take them out. And I think it's kind of funny that every time you hit one of these enemies, the game, like, freezes just for a little bit. I'm not sure if it does that, like, normally in combat because I don't really notice it. But, yeah, you definitely notice it when there's a giant horde of enemies around you. So there we go. And check it out. Right in front of us is the boss door. Now, if you do need to heal up, there are pots over here in this corner. Pots over here in this corner, and some around the sides as well. But since we're already at full health, what do you say we go and just take on the boss of this temple? Oh man, I'm really excited. Although, don't get like your hopes too high, guys, because this boss is actually really, really easy. It's kind of a joke. Actually, this entire temple I think is honestly easier than the first temple of the game, but whatever. Anyways, check it out. That's the thing that we're going to be fighting. And it seems like it's all like chained up right now, so maybe this won't be so bad. Plus, it seems like he's sleeping, so you know, maybe we don't have to do anything at all. Maybe we'll be fine. Oh, seems like he woke up. And yeah, in case you can't tell from this cutscene, the giant eye crystal on his forehead is his weak spot. And gee, we just got a projectile weapon in this temple, so I wonder what it is that we need to do to defeat this guy. Uh-oh. Well, things just got a little more interesting. Yeah, this guy can literally light himself on fire. At least the room is brighter now. No, no. He's breaking free of his chains, too. Well, this should be fun. This is the Twilight Igniter Virus. So starting things out, what I like to do is get behind one of these pillars immediately because but once this guy gets close to it, he will try and knock it down, and that sort of stuns him in place just long enough for you to shoot him in the eye. Once you've done that, run around back of him and grab his chains. Alright, there we go, and stick on your iron boots because the ground is actually magnetic. Now what you want to do is pull back, and that will cause this guy to trip and fall down. Now what you want to do is run over to where his eye crystal is and just slash at it. So do as much damage as you can, and really all you have to do now is rinse and repeat that until he is dead. And actually, if you get far enough away from him, you might be able to shoot him before he even gets to the pillar. So let's try and do that. There we go. First try, no problem. So let's just grab his chain again. Come here, man. Don't move your chain. I'm trying to grab it. Alright, there we go. Iron boots and pull back. And that's really all you need to do for this entire boss fight. Like, it's kind of anticlimactic, I know, because, you know, put that down. I don't want to grab that again. Alright, do a little more damage. And, alright, I think one more sort of series of hits should do it for this guy. So, come on, buddy. Turn around, please. Show me that weak spot. I want to see it. Where is it? Alright, there we go. And, oh, dang it, I missed. Again, there we go. Got it. Fantastic. And give me them chains, boy. Give me them chains. Alright, sweet. Let's pull back one last time. And hopefully this is it. If I remember correctly, it's only like 2 cycles, and then you get to do your finisher on him. So, let's just get over there as quick as we can, and hopefully I am right. Yes, I am. Sweet. And there we go. Finished this guy off. Told you it was an easy boss. Like, I'm pretty sure we didn't even take a hit at all during that fight, so kind of cool, I guess. This boss has a really long, like, death animation, too. It's kind of weird, although I guess it's because, you know, there's technically, like, a Goron in there, too, and it's really the mask that was the boss, not the actual Goron itself, I guess. But we defeated it, and, well, check it out. Looks like we got ourselves another fused shadow. I'm sure Midna's going to be very happy about that. Now it looks kind of cool, actually. It's got like a little mohawk to it. Well done. Thanks, Midna. Now we have 2 fused shadows. You know, you've been very helpful so far, so as a reward, I'll tell you an interesting story. Zant. That's the name of the King of Darkness who casts this pale of shadow over your world. He's very strong. You would be nothing to him in your current state. But Zant will never be my king. I have nothing but scorn for his supposed strength. Not that your Zelda is much better. It still appalls me that this world of light is controlled by that princess. A carefree youth, a life of luxury. How does that teach duty? But I guess I shouldn't begrudge her the circumstances of her life. She didn't choose it after all, and I would never wish harm on her. No, as long as I can get my hands on the few shadows, I'll be just fine. Well, just one more left, shall we? Indeed we shall. But before we leave this place, well, check it out. Seems like the Patriarch has returned to normal. So let's just grab our heart container because obviously we want to pick that up. It's like the most important thing. And we can actually come over here and talk to the Patriarch real quick. What am I doing here? My head, it aches. Yeah, so it seems like he doesn't really have any memory. Alright, let's get out of here. Midna, wanna go outside? Are you all done here? Yes, we are. Oh man, that feeling when you complete a temple, it's just one of the best feelings in the world. And check it out. We are back at the spring in Kakariko Village. We've done it, man. Throw it to Link. North of here, across the plain and past the Great Stone Bridge, and the land is guarded by the spear Laneru. You shall find one who you seek. And obviously he's talking about Ilya. Link! Ilya. You've got to save Ilya. Those monsters left me with the other kids, but they must have taken her somewhere else. Whenever I thought I couldn't go on, I would think of you and Ilya and hold on, Link. See, I'm fine now. Remember what I told you back in Ordon, Link? When I grow up, I want to be just like you, Link. So you don't have to worry about me anymore. Go help Ilya. Leave the children to me. I will watch over them. I swear it. Do not let their fates trouble you. Go to those who need you. In Hyrule, countless tales are told of the ancient hero, and your deeds bring them all to mind. May the grace of the great goddesses who shaped Hyrule bear you on your way. Alright, well, thanks, Renato. We appreciate it. And of course, we know where we need to go next, but in the next episode. So if you guys enjoyed this part, like rating would be greatly appreciated. If you want to see more, consider subscribing. But once again, guys, my name is Matt. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. What's up, everybody? Once again, my name is Matt, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. In the last episode, we completed up the second temple of the game, and in this episode, well, before we go off and find the next section of the Twilight Realm, we're going to spend some time and collect a few items and do a few side quests. So, first things first, let's actually head over to the shop since it's actually opened up now. And we'll actually be able to get ourselves a brand new item, so that's exciting. Anyways, this is Barnes' Bombs. So yeah, as you can expect, we can straight up just purchase bombs here. No need to find them in a temple. Hey now, bud. How about this now? Yep, I finally managed to get my numbers together and open up shop again. Well, sort of. I guess I've only got one type of bomb, but hey, that's more than enough.
And I've lost everything, forever living in the dark. I feel so alive, still remembering what I want, but it ends with you. Candlelight has gone out, some will win and some will lose. Nothing much else to say, thought I was searching for something. Door has closed, not a sound. Take a look as I am now. Still I smile and don't speak. Will you please slow down? Slow down. Slow down. Slow down. your choice to make a little mockery, it won't do. Further down the line, still surrendering, trying harder to forgive you. Candlelight has gone out. Some will win and some will lose. Nothing much else to say. Thought I was searching for something. Door has closed, not a sound. Take a look as I am now. Still I smile and don't speak. Will you please slow down? You are left behind, and I've lost everything. Forever living in the dark. I feel so alive, still remembering what I want, but it ends with you. Candlelight has gone out. Some will win and some will lose. Nothing much else to say. Thought I was searching for something. Door has closed, not a sound. Take a look as I am now. Still I smile and don't speak. Will you please slow down? Slow down. Slow down. Slow Unreal intertwined, and you're not listening. It is your choice to make a little mockery, it won't do. Further down the line, still surrendering, trying harder to forgive you. Candlelight has gone out. Some will win and some will lose. Nothing much else to say. Thought I was searching for something. Door has closed, not a sound. Take a look as I am now. Still I smile and don't speak. Will you please slow down? You are left behind, and I've lost everything. Forever living in the dark. I feel so alive, still remembering what I want, but it ends with you. Candlelight has gone out. Some will win and some will lose. Nothing much else to say. Thought I was searching for something.
what I've got so far. Alright, so he has some standard bombs for 30 rupees. Let's pick those up. What's this now? You ain't got a bomb bag for carrying bombs, huh? I've got a special offer going right now. My bomb bag premium kit, which comes with a bag and bombs for just 120 rupees. How about that? Well, gee, that's slightly more than 30 rupees, but I guess we'll take it. That's right, now you get to taste the true height of perfection with my finely crafted bombs. Oh, and you can combine bombs and arrows to make bomb arrows for when you need ranged explosives. I'll send you a letter with the details later so you can read about it at your leisure. Alright, sweet. So there we go. We got ourselves some nice and explosive bombs. And bomb arrows are really awesome. I'll show those off in a little bit. But for now, what do you say we get out of here? Because there's still more important things that we need to do. Now, you may have noticed on the way here, but yeah, since we completed up the Goron mines, the Gorons are back here in Kakariko Village. And remember how we used them to scale Death Mountain by climbing on their backs? Well, you can actually do that here in town. So, what do you say we talk to this guy and have him launch us up to the roof? Now that we're able to go back into our mines, I was finally able to bring Bars the new delivery of bomb ingredients, brother. It looks like he's already started selling them again. You should try out Barnes brand bombs sometime, brother. Isn't that a tongue twister? Say, brother, if you ever want to get into the roof of the store, I can launch you up there. What do you say to that? Let's do it. Climb up, brother. Alright, so yeah, we can just like climb on the backs of these guys, and then they will launch us up. Nice and easy. That's pretty much how you're just going to get up here in your human form, since you know you can't like jump in your wolf form. But yeah, we do actually want to go all the way to the top of this area, sort of like how we went up here when we were looking for the shadow insects back when we were collecting the tears of light. But we can actually go even higher than we did before if we talk to this guy. There we go. I've heard this town was also attacked by beasts, and that it had met with a terrible fate. It is shameful that we were so concerned with ourselves that we did not even help them. I am helping the little human up above keep watch of relations between Kakariko Village and our people on Death Mountain. You want to check out the view from up top? It's pretty amazing scenery, brother. Climb up on my back and take a look. Alright, let's do it. Climb up, brother. I wonder who's actually up here. He did say a little human, so perhaps it's one of the kids from Ordon Village. Although, probably not Mallow, because, you know, he's running his shop. So it might be Tallow or it might be Colin, but this is actually important for a side quest, and we will get a piece of heart from this. So, dun-dun-dun-dun, check it out. It's actually Tallow who's up here. Let's talk to him. What's up, dude? Link! Check me out. I'm up here keeping watch for the whole town. Yeah, any more monsters try to attack, and I'm gonna be ready. I'll shot my head off and warn everybody. Aw, gee, but if I had a bow, then I could just sit up here and shoot all those nasty monsters. Oh, hey, I know Link. You can show me how to use one. Come on, please. Just show me how to shoot a bow, Link, okay? Alright, let's do it. Oh, yes! Okay, Mallow's down there from the spring, so go down and find him. Then show me from there. I'm not really sure that's how learning works, Tallow. You came! But, can you really use a bow? I've never seen you so much as hold a bow back in Ordon. Whatever. First off, shoot through that. Man, Mallow does not seem amused, but maybe we can impress him, so what do you think of that, huh? I guess that one was a bit on the easy side. Fine, how about that? Easy peasy, no problem. And bam. Hey! Up here! Try to hit this pole! Alright, this one's actually kind of hard. You really got to aim for like this one little tiny speck. But once you center it, you should be able to hit it. There we go, no problem. Whoa, you hit it! You hit it! Thanks, Link! Oh, I guess you have a little bit of skill when you concentrate. Looks like you've left some battles behind you. Impressive. Take this. And for our troubles, he gives us a piece of heart. It seems like we finally have the respect of little baby Mallow. Alright, so like Barnes was saying, we can actually combine with our arrows. So just press Z on the item selection menu, and bam, there you go. Now, we can take these and actually shoot it at these rocks up here on the cliff. And check it out. Underneath them is a piece of heart. We're actually going to be collecting quite a few pieces of heart in this episode just because there's so many of them in the game to collect. So there we go. Only one more and we can fill up another heart container. You don't actually need to unequip your bomb arrows. If you want to use bombs on the floor, you can still like just shoot at them with your bomb arrows if you want to. And honestly, I kind of prefer to because it's a lot quicker. Anyways, let's just follow this cave all the way through. This is actually going to take us sort of behind the scenes of the Spring of Light. But we actually want to dive down and equip our iron boots. That way we can sink all the way to the bottom and check it out. There is a chest down here, so let's open this bad boy up. And what's inside? Well, it's actually another piece of heart. So there we go. We filled up another heart container. You'll notice that there is a rock down here, but we can't do anything about that right now. Like, our explosives do not work underwater, and we have no other way of breaking that. So just keep that in the back of your mind for now, and we'll have to come back for that a little bit later on. Alright, there's actually one more thing that I do want to do while we're here in Kakariko, and then I promise we will leave to go in Hyrule Field. The Hyrule Field that we already visited, not the new section yet, but we'll go back and collect a few other things. For now, let's head into Malamar because he actually will have a new item that we should just buy while we're here. Hey Link, buy something. Alright, so this is the Hawkeye. It's 100 rupees. It's a new item specifically for this game. And what you can do with it is combine it with your arrows. And basically the Hawkeye will allow you to scope in, if you will. So you can zoom in on targets that are farther away. So for instance, like if we had this when we were doing the mini game where we had to shoot that pole, we could have like equipped the Hawkeye and that pole would have been a lot easier to see. This item isn't really used too much throughout the game, but it will be helpful in certain areas later on, so we might as well pick it up now. It's definitely worth the 100 rupee price. But now that we got that, we're pretty much done here in Kakariko, so let's head out and go into Hyrule Field, since there's a few things that we can do and collect while we're out here. Plus, I actually want to go back to, wow, I can't believe I actually messed up that jump. But I actually do want to go back to the Light Spring in Ordon Village, since there is something that we can do there as well. First things first though, oh hang on, Mailman, Mr. Link, wait! What's up, Mailman? Make it quick, man. I don't even want to read your letters. Greetings, Mr. Link. I've come to deliver a letter. There is a letter for you, Link. 2 letters, in fact. Well, my business is concluded. Onward to mail. Alright, see you later, dude. One of the letters is from Barnes, I know that much. The other one, probably not too important, so I'm not going to bother reading it. None of the letters really require your attention, like, right off the bat anyways. For now, let's actually head in this direction, because there's something over here that I didn't realize that you could get at this moment until someone actually sent me a message. But right on this little rock pillar is actually a piece of heart. I thought you needed another item to get this, but nope. You can actually just target it with your Gale Boomerang and get it just like that. So there we go. Nice and easy piece of heart. But wait, there's more. We can actually get another piece of heart now that we have access to bombs. So let's quickly just make our way over to the right half of this section of Hyrule Field and check it out. There's a funny looking rock over here. So whenever you see something like this, always just blow it up. That's probably your best course of action. And check it out. There's actually a cave behind that rock. So let's go inside and explore this, shall we? Oh, actually, you know what? Real quick, let me get my lantern because we're going to need this. And, oh man, we're actually pretty low on fuel. That could be a problem, but you know what? There actually is a solution to that problem in this cave. So I think I'll go and get that just in case, because we do need to make sure we have fuel when we get to, like, the other end of this cave. And this cave system is pretty dang long, so if you run out of fuel before you get to that point, well, you'll be kind of sad, because that's where the piece of heart actually is. And that's one of the reasons why you'd actually want to come in this cave. There is actually another reason, but we're going to worry about about that a little bit later. For now, let's just open up this chest and get ourselves 20 rupees. Very nice, considering we just spent like most of our rupees on that other stuff anyway, so it's nice to, you know, get a little bit of a return. Alright, so up here is actually our solution to the oil problem, but I do need an empty bottle, so I'm just going to go ahead and drink this half bottle of milk since we don't really need it anyways. It's not that important. Alright, so once you come over here, you'll notice that this weird like slime falls from the ceiling. This is actually a yellow chew. Now, if you kill it fast enough and then scoop it up into a bottle, check it out. You have yellow chew jelly, but we can actually use this as oil for our lantern. So now we essentially have an entire like lanterns full of oil along with us, including what's actually in our lantern. So we should be fine to explore the rest of this cave. You actually do kind of want to explore the entirety of this cave, at least while you're here now, because as you'll notice, like, it is like filling out the map as we go along, and that's kind of important because later when you come back in here for the other reason I was talking about before, you really won't have to worry about like refilling out the map or anything like that. And geez, I forgot how many enemies were actually in this cave. Like, there are so many of them, although they're not really hard enemies. They're just like the ones that jump at you and attack you without really any warning. Whatever. Alright, once you get to this torch, let's head this direction first, since I believe the piece of part is actually down in one of these sections of the cave. And since we're low on oil, I kind of want to get that first before we do anything else, although it really doesn't matter since we do have the extra oil. And it's a good thing that it doesn't matter because, yeah, I kind of went the wrong way, actually. Not good. And oh no, there goes our lantern. Alright, let's just quickly fill this back up. That way we can actually see what we're doing again. There we go. Alright, let's light this torch. Not really going to do anything, but at least we can see. That way we can actually open up this chest and get ourselves 50 rupees. Very nice. Not bad. Alright, so, I'm pretty sure the piece of part is actually down this side of the fork in the cave. So let's just go down here and hopefully we end up where I want to be. This cave can actually be kind of confusing, but I'm pretty sure right down here is where I want to be. Yeah, okay, there's a skeleton and 2 torches. This is exactly where I want to be. So let's just take care of this guy real quick. And now, if we light these 2 torches, well, check it out. A chest is going to magically appear for us. Hooray! And, let's get what's inside. I'm sure you guys already know. Inside is another piece of heart. So already just 3 more pieces, and we can fill up another heart container, which, believe it or not, might happen sooner than you think. Alright, down this section is actually a new enemy. So, right now it's just a floating lantern, but remember that that is there. It's kind of important for later on. We're not going to do anything about that right now, so instead, let's just go and explore the rest of the cave. I just kind of wanted to show you guys that that thing was there, so you have that in mind for later on. And alright, wow, there was actually nothing really important down here. I kind of thought there was another chest with rupees in it, but I guess I was mistaken. Alright, so now we've actually explored the entirety of this cave, and since there's really nothing else that we have to do in here, what do you say we leave this place? I think I'm actually going to go and head back to the Ordon Village Spring of Light or whatever, since there is something that we can do in that area. So you know what? I guess I will just meet you guys once I get there, because it's pretty far away. Alright, so here we are pretty much at the entrance to the spring. Now the reason why I'm coming back here is because, well, check it out. There is the golden wolf. So what do you say we learn a new hidden skill? It might actually become really helpful. We meet again. You have a little more of the look of a hero than you did before. Do you feel ready to earn your next skill? I do. Very well. But before we begin, I must test you to ensure perform a finishing blow. Now, I know I said I was going to talk about the history of this character, next time we meet him, but I think I might have to wait on that just a little bit longer. Excellent. It appears that you are certainly capable of performing my lost arts. Very well, my second skill is the shield attack. Let it be hewn into your mind. The shield attack is actually probably one of my favorite moves in combat just because it does make it a little more intense. No matter how well-tempered a blade is, if a foe is clad in armor and bears a shield, the sword will do it no harm. When facing such a foe, you must lock on with Z and thrust your nunchuck forward to thrust your shield against the defense of your enemy. Use Z to lock onto me, then try it. You have learned much, so I am sure you will know the moment when you can do a shield attack. Alright, so attacking an enemy with a shield is actually really easy. Just walk up to him and bash forward, and then swing at him with your sword. Simple as that. Excellent. Open a hole in your enemy's defense, and use your sword to strike without hesitation. The shield attack I've just taught you can also be used to repel an enemy's projectile attacks. Would you practice? Then repel my magical attack with your shield attack. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this can actually be kind of tricky just because, yeah, like half the time I swear my nunchuck just does not register for me. I'm not really sure what causes this because, like, my spin attacks work, but for whatever reason, I can never get, like, the shield attack to work. Oh, there we go, we actually got it. I think it's because, like, I swing it too quickly. Perfect. When your enemies assail you with projectiles, this is how you will defeat them with ease. Done. You have learned the second of my hidden skills, the shield attack. See, I guess if you're having trouble with it, just like, don't slam the nunchuck forward like I do. Just kind of like, I don't know, waggle it slightly, and maybe that'll work. But I have 5 more secrets to teach you in time. The path to becoming the true hero is a long one, but once you have grasped all the hidden skills, you shall be worthy of walking it. You must persist on the lonely path of the sword to obtain true courage and earn the strength to conquer the great evils of this world. Do not forget your discipline with the blade before we meet again. Alright, dude. I won't. But, there we go. We've got ourselves another attack. We do actually need to head back to Kakariko now, so you know what? I guess I will just meet you guys over there. Alright, so now that we're back in Kakariko, I guess the next thing that we would need to do is, head to the new section of Hyrule Field and look for the next section of the Twilight Realm. But you know what? We're going to do that in the next episode. So if you guys enjoyed this part, like rating would be greatly appreciated. If you want to see more, consider subscribing. But once again, guys, my name is Matt. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.
This is what plants look like. This too. Still plants. Wait. Yep, plants. It's still plants. Dairy. 100% plant-based, 1,000% not chicken.
Jury has reached a verdict. Presiding juror, where is she?
She's getting a haircut.
She's getting a haircut?
It's not just any haircut.
It's Supercuts. The aunt said there was no wait, so I was in and out.
What's up, everybody? Once again, my name is Matt, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. In the last episode, we collected several pieces of heart, got ourselves a few new items, and learned a new hidden skill. In this episode, well, it's time for us to leave Kakariko Village and head to the new section of Hyrule Field. That way we can eventually make our way into the next section of the Twilight Realm. But before we do that, along the way, there are going to be several things that we're going to want to pick up. So, first things first, let's stop here next to this weird-looking boulder because, well, believe it or not, we can actually blow this thing up. So, let me actually go and get my bomb arrows because I don't know if it's just me, but I always like to use bomb arrows. Like, they're way more fun than just using the regular bombs. Plus, they explode instantly, which is kind of nice. But yeah, you can explode those boulders, and this will pretty much allow you to climb around this cliffside, which is, it doesn't seem important, but you know what, there's actually an item that we can collect in doing this, and it's very, very important. So trust me, you're going to want to spend a little bit of time and just pick this up now. You will notice, though, that since we are in Hyrule Field, the day-night cycle is actually turning to the night side, which is good for us because, oh, okay, thank goodness we landed on there because I did not want to, like, go all the way back around again. Let's just blow up this rock real quick. But yeah, like I was saying, so it's turning night, which is actually good for us because there are quite a few golden bugs that we can collect in this area. 4 in total, I believe. So, in nighttime, it's actually easier to see the golden bugs because they sort of like, you know, glow in the night sky. So, that will actually help us out. For now, though, let's just keep jumping down because, well, check it out. There's a chest over here. So, let's open this up and see what we got. Ta-da! Another piece of heart. So, 2 more, and we can fill up another heart container. Alright, so now that we got that, that's pretty much the big thing that I wanted to collect. Everything else is pretty much just going to be a golden bug from here on out. So, let's just hop on Epona and get going. Yeah, if you hop on Epona from the backside, it actually just, like, starts her running. Anyways, our first golden bug is, whoa, we almost ran right by him. But yeah, he's right over here. You know, let me take out this card rock real quick just so he doesn't bother us and make the bug run away or anything like that. But now that he's gone, let's see if we can pick this fella up. No, don't run away from me, friend. Come back. I just want to keep you forever inside like a bottle or my pocket or wherever I put you. Come here. No, dang it. Stop running away.
Don't leave.
I can't tell if he's like
This
scared
one
of
is
me or
friends.
something else. So there's another card rock here. Are you the reason why I can't catch this bug? I'm going to kill you for that. You know what? It's your fault. I'm blaming you. Alright.
Don't leave.
I'm gonna try and carefully sneak up to this guy.
It's fine.
Because this guy seems kind of jumpy. Alright, come on. And there we go. You are mine. Oh, he's a grasshopper. No wonder he was jumpy. Alright, so that was the male version of the grasshopper. The female one will actually be somewhere over in this direction. By the way, I like how the music transitions from like the daytime Hyrule field into the nighttime Hyrule field. And it's just like so smooth and simple. Plus the nighttime Hyrule field is actually really, really nice. Anyways, I believe that is the other golden bug right over. Oh, whoa, Epona. A little too fast there, but yeah, it's right over here. Got some new enemies. I believe, are those levers? Because I'm pretty sure they're levers. But, ooh, you just want to walk up to me? Thank you very much. So there we go. Female grasshopper, done. Nice and easy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure those new enemies are called levers. Not entirely sure, but I think they are. Alright, so now that we got both of the grasshoppers, we're actually done for now. We're going to need to go towards the Bridge of Elden, and that's where we're going to find the next 2 golden bugs. This is actually where we fought that giant pig guy that was holding Colin up on the pole with the ropes. So, now we're actually going to be able to cross this. But before we do, check it out. Well, there is another golden bug right on the archway. So let's just get our boomerang. That way we can knock this guy down. And I'm pretty sure at this point he can't fly. So, yeah, he's just going to be right at our feet. We can pick him up, and there we go. Got ourselves another bug. So, all we got to do now is find the female version of that. And then we're pretty much done collecting everything in this area already. And we can just make our way into the next Twilight section, which is kind of right over to our right if you can see. But, real quick, let's just go over to the left because you might be able to see it's like right above our heart meter. But, the next golden bug is pretty much right on this cliff. So, think I might actually need to move a little bit closer. And let's see if we can get it. There we go. Alright, sweet. Yeah, just lock onto it with your boomerang, and it'll bring it right to your feet just like the other one. So, there we go. Now we got the female version. Very nice. Alright, so that's pretty much everything that we need to collect in this area right now. So, all we really want to do is just follow this path. But there are some rocks in the way, so we can actually just take out a bomb arrow, right on the back of Epona, and blow those up. But that's going to cause this evil portal to appear. And check it out. They're literally going to steal like half of the Bridge of Elden. You guys might be familiar with how the stage in Super Smash Bros. Both Brawl and Wii U now at this point have this stage in it, but yeah, you might be familiar with how like the stage disappears like halfway through it. Well, that's sort of why now. Now you know the reason why they included that. But now, there are 3 Twilight beasts over in this area, so what do you say we go and take them out? This will be like the first time we fight them in our human form, which is kind of cool, but yeah, they're all charging at you at the same time. What you want to do, though, is sort of like stand right in the middle of them and do a spin attack, because you want to make sure you kill them all at the same time, just like how you do in your wolf form. But there we go, killing them all gives us a nice, good portal. It does not restore the bridge, at least not yet, but we do have the portal there, so, you know, when we do eventually get to the point where we can restore the bridge, it'll be easier for us. But for now, though, we're actually trapped in this section of Hyrule Field. Like, we cannot go back just because the bridge is gone. So, we have to find something else to do and eventually put that bridge back to where it belongs. For now, though, let's actually just keep following this path down because it is going to lead us to the next section of the Twilight Realm. So, Epona, well, this is where we depart. You can't follow us in, sadly, so it's up to us. Ah, we're finally here. There's only one few shadow left. So, this is the last of the Twilight you'll see, I guess. Whether or not you accomplish your final task and survive is up to you. So, what will you do? Well, obviously, Midna, we're going in. We really have no choice anyway, so let's do it. Want me to let you into the Twilight? Of course we do! Alright. Last section of the Twilight Realm, or at least so it seems that way. But it's time for us to become a wolf again. And this section of the Twilight Realm actually plays out a little bit differently than previous sections. And you'll see why in a little bit. Alright then, I guess I'll have to help you. But what a shame that this is the last of the Twilight. I've become so fond of seeing it covering this world. Or is it really the last you'll see? So, shall we get going? Yeah, Midna still isn't telling us the whole picture. Now, normally, when we get to like a new Twilight area, we go pretty much directly to the Spirit Spring, but not so much in this area. But hey, check it out. There is another object, kind of like how we sniffed out the wooden sword to find the kids in Kakariko. Well, let's just go and sniff this weird bag-looking thing. And wouldn't you know it, it actually belongs to Ilia. But Link, can you at least promise me this? Just come home safely. So it's kind of like a little flashback pretty much, but yeah, we're gonna forget the youth scent now and learn this new smell. Alright, so this is the scent of Ilia. You smell the girl, don't you? I can tell by the look on your face. Well, good. It's another clue then. But this scent could be quite old. I wonder if she's still alright. Well, there's really only one way to find out. So of course, we can just follow the scent trail like we could before now. For the most part, like the last time we saw a new smell, I'm actually going to keep my senses off because I don't like how it makes the entire screen pretty much black, and I know where this is going. So just trust me on this one, guys. If you're like following along, just go where I'm going. But check it out. We're actually near Hyrule Castle now, which is kind of cool. Hey, haven't we seen this castle before? So we finally made it back here. Well, only a little farther, so hang in there. Or so I'd like to say, but the going's a lot harder from here on out. Alright then, let's get started. Yeah, so Midna is pretty much just confirming what I said earlier, like, this is probably one of the longest sections of the Twilight before you can actually, like, you know, dispel it from this area. The scent's actually going to be following this rocky path across the bridge, so just wanted to point that out. But yeah, like, we can't just go directly to the Spring of Light because, well, one, we don't even know where that is, and two, our main goal right now is to just follow Ilia's scent and find out where she is and make sure that she is safe. So just sort of forget about that for now, since honestly, it's gonna be a while before we can even do anything about dispelling the Twilight. But yeah, sort of just like keep following this stone path, and eventually you'll get to where you need to be, more or less. A lot of people think this is like the most tedious section of the Twilight, and honestly it is very large, but I think the reason why most people just think it's so tedious is because there is so much walking in this segment. Like, my gosh, you have no idea. But there is a lot of stuff to do, and honestly, the story gets really, really good at this point. So, if you haven't been hooked yet, this is probably around the point where the game will change that. So just hang on a little bit longer, and you might actually get really interested and invested in the story of this game. Anyways, check it out. That's Hyrule Castle, and well, this town directly before it is Hyrule Castle Town. The very original name, I know, but this is actually where the scent of Ilia was leading us. Alright, so now that we're actually here, what I'm going to do is pretty much leave my senses on the entire time, since the camera's sort of fixed, and you do actually want to follow this scent pretty much to the T when you get in here. Now, if you've played the game before, you can actually take a really easy shortcut and go right where Ilia actually is. But for the sake of this playthrough, I'm just going to follow the scent, as is, because it does lead you around like Hyrule Castle Town. It shows you that she went in here and then also left, so it kind of does, give you like a set of clues that you kind of want to remember for later on, and that's sort of why I'm following this now. If you don't want to follow it though, we'll come out of this road and you'll notice that actually like right behind us, that's the main square, so you could have just like walked forward and then ended up following the set from here, and pretty much it's going to lead us into this area. Now this is a pretty important area in the game. It's Telma's bar, but if you put it into senses, check it out. Ilia is right over here. This boy, can you save him? Alright, little lady, try to settle down, okay? I just now sent for the doctor. But this is strange. A child of the Zoras. I wonder if this is at all related to the incident the soldiers were talking about in the back. What an emotional reunion. Yes, a girl and her wolf. Sorry, but you know how it goes. These folks can't see you either. Alright, now Telma was talking about these soldiers in the back, so let's head back here and see if we can learn anything by talking to these guys. We've had a ton of complaints from the citizens who can't send prayers to the spirit spring of Lake Hylia. Go there. The location is the one I showed you on the map earlier. Got it? Oh, well, isn't that useful? We can actually look at this map and figure out where we need to go next then. What? Study it and know it well. Alright, so let's go over here and check out this map. And this will pretty much give us the location of where we want to go next. I received orders from above to investigate why we can't go to the Spirit Spring in Lake Hylia. Got that? Alright, so...
Veterans, whatever you're going through, don't wait. Reach out.
Basically, the Spirit Spring is more or less right there. But it's in the Lake Hylia area, so we're pretty much just going to leave Ilia and Castletown right now and make our way over to the Lake Hylia section of this area, which will still be covered in Twilight. But yeah, if you want to like exit Castletown, it's really easy. Just go back to the center, and once we get in here, all we gotta do is make our way to the east section, and I'm pretty sure we can exit like right out to where we came in, which is good because basically Lake Hylia is a straight shot from right here. So all we gotta do is more or less just go forward, and we will eventually find our way to Lake Hylia. And then we can sort of start putting the puzzle pieces together, if you will, because there's a whole lot of mysteries that we basically need to solve. Like, we need to figure out what's going on with the Zoras. We need to figure out why the people of Hyrule Castletown are having trouble getting their prayers to the Spirit Spring, and then we also need to eventually dispel the Twilight from this area. So there's a lot of like mysterious things going on right now, and we want to do all this stuff that way we can actually progress the story. So really, this is kind of where maybe, you know, if the story didn't catch your interest before, this is sort of where things kick it up a notch, if you will, and start to get really interesting. But for now, check it out. We're at the Great Bridge of Hylia. This thing looks cool, dude. But sadly, yeah, seems like Lake Hylia isn't doing too hot, because most of the water seems to be gone. Alright, so let's just see what's on the other side of this bridge. Although, you'll come to find out in this game that, bridges, nothing really good happens on a bridge. Hey, do you smell anything funny? Yeah, there seems to be something weird covering it. And uh-oh, it's an archer, and he's got a fire arrow. So yeah, bridges in this game do not have a good track record. Like first, there was that bridge that got thrown into Faron Woods. Then there was the fact that the Elden Bridge got like completely destroyed. And now this one is getting lit on fire. So like that weird black stuff, I guess it's like oil or something like that. But yeah, we're kind of in trouble. Oh no, we're trapped. Get out of here. So basically, since we can't just run through the fire, what you want to do is hop onto the edge of this bridge and just take a leap of faith down into Lake Hylia. Thankfully, there is, you know, that giant puddle of water still left, so we landed in that and we were just fine. It's a good thing too. And there we go. I kind of forgot that, like, you don't just spawn down here. Phew, that was a close one. We're lucky there was a puddle down below, huh? Yeah, you're telling me. So, this is Lake Hylia, but there's so little water. It sounds like the Spirit Spring should be somewhere around here as well. Anyway, let's take a look around. So yeah, on the map you can see the red dot. We just can't get there quite yet, so let's look around like Minda said and check it out. There's some Zoras here, so let's listen to them. We've had absolutely no water flowing from upstream. There's no mistaking it. Something must have happened at the water source in our home, Zora's domain. Yet how are we to return upstream to our home? With the way things are now, we can't even walk back there. So yeah, it's another piece to the puzzle. Something has happened at Zora's domain, and that's why there is no water here in Lake Hylia. There's another spirit over here that I actually want to listen to, because this guy will actually tell us some very important information. I'm too old for this. Fire and Falby's Watertop Land of Fantastication. Ain't that a name? It's our grand reopening at our new lake bottom location. Whee! Yeah, nice lake. Don't lakes have more, I don't know, water? Did the Zoras who live upriver do something? Or is it a curse from that spirit that floats around up there? Whatever. It's not like I can go up and complain. That's way too high. Was that a customer? Yikes! It's a monster! Yeah, so not only did that guy tell us where the entrance to Zora's domain was, he also told us where the spirit is located. Now, there's also an enemy over here that we do want to take care of, but we're going to do that in the next episode. So if you guys enjoyed this part, like rating would be greatly appreciated. If you want to see more, consider subscribing. But once again, guys, my name is Matt. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. What's up, everybody? Once again, my name is Matt, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. In the last episode, we entered this new area of the Twilight Realm, made our way to Hyrule Castletown to find Ilia, found out that something is going on with the Zora, so we came here to Lake Hylia, only to find out that the water is much lower than it normally is, and as a result, we can't access Zora's domain or the Spirit Spring. We also found this mysterious enemy over here, so you know what? In this episode, we're going to start things off by taking care of this guy. Although, it doesn't appear as if it's going to be that simple. This guy is smart. He knows how to use hawk grass. but we are in the Twilight realm, so there are no normal hawks around here. Instead, this guy is calling down a giant Kargarok. And he knows how to ride him too, so yeah, we gotta take out this Kargarok jockey, if you will. But don't worry, it's actually fairly easy, so just lock onto him, and while he's shooting arrows at you, just try your best to avoid them by jumping in, whatever direction you feel like. Then, he'll stop shooting you and fly around. At this point, you kind of want to be a little bit careful because he's going to come in rather low, so you just want to make sure you can jump onto him and attack him before he actually hits you, and take a good chunk or two out of this Kargarok's neck. And ooh, it seems like he's coming around for a second attack. This is actually good for us. And oh, actually, never mind. He was a little too close to us that time. You gotta make sure that, when he is coming down at you, that you're kind of far enough away. That way, when you do your jump attack, you sort of like jump at him instead of, past him, if that makes any sense. Alright, there we go. Nice and easy. And yeah, just 2 attacks and it will knock the rider off. But we do need to make sure we take care of this guy rather quickly because, well, if we don't, I'm pretty sure he can actually get back on. And wow, that actually didn't work. It like jumped right through him. But yeah, I'm pretty sure if you don't take care of this guy quick enough, he can actually get back on that Kargarok. Anyways, now that the rider is gone, well, guess what? Midna is going to take care of the Kargarok for us. Hey, stop it! I'm your new master now. Settle down.
Make same old, less old. Rum chata. Have your unusual.
Hey, why don't we use this guy to get us all the way to the lake's water source? Sounds like a good idea to me. So yeah, now we have our own personal Kargarok pet. Kind of makes you wonder why, like, Midna just couldn't do this all the time with all the enemies we see, but whatever, I guess. Now, this next segment is actually very similar to how a Loftwing works in Skyward Sword, and I wouldn't be surprised if, like, this segment was a precursor or the basis of the idea of Loftwings, because it actually controls very similar. The only difference is that if you have motion controls enabled, you do not need to flap the Wii Remote like you would if you were riding a Loftwing. Instead, there's just a pointer on screen, and that'll pretty much be your guide as to where this Kargarok is going. Now, since I do have the motion controls disabled, I'm doing all of that with the control stick. The only other thing you can do in this segment is just press A to dash and fly a little bit faster, although I really kind of like to use that sparingly because you want to make sure you can avoid all the rocks and, ooh, no, that was very close, yeah. You want to avoid the rocks and, like, crashing into walls and stuff like that because if you do, well, the Kargarok will drop Link and you'll have to restart this entire segment. So you kind of do want to be careful, and that's why I recommend, like, not using the dash unless you're in a straightaway because, there are rocks and boulders falling from the ceiling as well as you getting shot by archers. So going slower actually does give you a couple extra seconds to react to everything that's going on, and those might be all you need to actually avoid everything. Anyways, though, we're pretty much in the clear once you get to this point, so all you want to do now is just dash your way into the light, and you'll make it all the way up the river. So yeah, this segment is kind of short, but it's kind of fun. I like it. But here we go. Now we're at the top of Zora's domain. And there goes our Kargarok buddy. See you later. So this is the upper Zora's River. Now, there's really not much to do up here now. There is one sphere we can listen to, and you might be able to hear it, but there is also a Howling Stone nearby. Ah, we're already here. That bird turned out to be more useful than I expected. Well then, where's the village of the Zoras? Let's look for it. Good idea, Midna. It's getting cold. Hurry up. Well, isn't that interesting? Alright, let's go over here and actually listen to whatever it is that this spirit is saying. I mean, what are those Zoras up to anyways? The river's run totally dry, right? That can't work like this. Cold. I miss my fur coat. You know, I thought she actually said something way more interesting than that. That was kind of a waste of time. Not gonna lie to you guys. Anyways, let's just jump down here, and you'll notice that there seems to be some ice that has formed over here. What's nice though is there's no ice physics, so you sort of like walk on this like you would normally as a wolf, so you're not like slipping around or anything like that. And I'm sure anyone who's played a video game before with ice physics will appreciate that. Anyways, welcome to Zora's Domain. As you can tell, it looks a lot different from what you might be used to in Ocarina of Time. Oh, hey, what's going on here? I thought it was getting colder, but who would have thought that it would all be frozen? This is the Zora village, right? Why don't I see any then? That's a good question. Well, anyway, let's check things out. Let's find the Zoras. Alright, that's a good idea. Now, as you can tell, this place is pretty barren. Like, there's no Zoras inside, not even any spirits we can check out. So, we're gonna pretty much ignore everything and just come over to this hill. Actually, let me take care of this Shadow Keys real quick, or Twilight Keys, whatever that is. But, yeah, you wanna come over to this hill, and now we can talk to Minda again. I think we can get up from here. Let's go! Alright, so she will allow us to jump our way up these, weird, like, frozen pillars, I guess. And pretty much we just want to make our way all the way to the top of this area. But you do want to pay attention. Believe it or not, that frozen icicle is kind of a hint as what's going to happen over here. So we can continue jumping up. But you do want to be careful because, yeah, check it out. If you jump too fast, you will run right into some of those falling icicles. So you do got to be a little bit careful when you're jumping up in this area. It's kind of a trick because I know before I said, like, normally when you get to areas where you need to jump, just like spam A to do it as fast as you can. Well, in this particular instance, you kind of got to be careful about that. So just keep that in mind, I guess. Anyways, this is sort of the Zora's throne room, if you will. But there are some Twilight beasts in here, so let's take care of these guys real quick before we do anything else. Because after we defeat them, well, a portal will appear in this area, and we kind of need that. And gosh dang it, man, I hit the freaking wall. I always forget about that. Like, when you're fighting these guys in close quarters, you gotta make sure that you don't, like, launch yourself at a wall in the middle of your jump, because if you do, it'll sort of interrupt you like that, and then they can revive themselves. I am so bad at fighting these guys in close quarters. Alright, you know what? I'm just gonna try and drag these guys away from the wall. That way, I can kill them. There we go. Third time's the charm, baby. Took us long enough. But there is that portal that we so desperately needed. A portal is opened here too. We can finally warp. If you want to breathe the air of the world of light for a moment, let me know. I'll take you there. Alright, now before we leave this area, I want you to look down the ground real quick. See all those souls? Yeah, let's turn on our senses and check it out. I think we found our missing Zoras. They're frozen underneath the ice. Those are the Zoras. Wow, this is really strange. What in the world happened? Hey, what do you want to do? You can't just leave them like this. I think all we need to do is thaw them out. It does us no good to just stand here thinking. Let's leave and come back later. The portal should work for us. We need to find a way to melt the ice and then come back here. Alright, so let's just talk to Minna again and have her warp us out of here. Now, this is where your memory comes into play. I hope you were paying attention because remember all the way back when we visited Death Mountain as a human before we saved the Gorons? As soon as we stepped into the Death Mountain crater, I guess, if you will, we were getting bombarded with flaming boulders and stuff like that until that giant rock pillar landed right in the center. Well, guess what? This is where this giant rock thing comes into play. So let's just talk to Minna again. This thing has been here for a while now, but it's still pretty hot. So we're going to warp with this, and just like how we moved that bridge in Faron Woods, Midna is going to take this to the Twilight Realm with us, and we're going to use this to melt the ice and save the Zoras pretty much. So yeah, like, you really do need to pay attention to everything that's going on in this game, because honestly, this rock killer, it didn't really seem like much at the time, but as you can see, it does play a pretty important role in the game, and if you sort of forgot about it, then it might take you a while to figure out, you know, what exactly you're supposed to do in this area to actually melt the ice and progress with the rest of the game. But there we go, yeah, Midna literally just drops it right on the ice, and it's gonna melt everything, dude. How fun would it though to, like, be inside that water right now? Like, that rock probably heated it to, like, the perfect temperature. It would just be sort of like a giant spa, except there's also a waterfall at the end of it, which would kind of be dangerous, but still at the same time, probably relaxing. Alright, so there we go. We melted all the water, and as you can see, these spirits are back to their normal places. So we have saved these Zoras, except we still can't talk to them, so really nothing to do here now. Who knew that something so dangerous would come in handy? Alright, the Zoras are safe now, so let's go. The ice melted and restored the water flow to normal. Can we finally meet the spirit of Lake Hylia? Yeah, so the water should be back to normal in the base of Lake Hylia. Wait! Huh? Someone who can actually see us in our wolf form? Well, that's new. I wonder who it is. Please, you must allow me to thank you for revitalizing both my people and this spring, which is the water source for all the lands of Hyrule. In life, I was the elder of this Zora village and the king of my people. I was called from Tella. Not to be rude, but we didn't exactly do it for you guys. The Dark Ones, they raided this village, and as a message to my people, executed me before them. Young man, you who take the form of a proud beast, I have something to ask of you. When the Dark Ones descended upon our village, I sent my young one, Rylus, to Hyrule Castle to inform Princess Zelda of our fate. But I feared danger followed him from this doomed place. I feel it. His presence grows fainter to me over time. But my time in this world has passed, and though I would give it gladly, I no longer have a life to risk in his rescue. Please, would you save my dearest Prince Rylus? If you do this thing, I will bestow upon you the protection of water. This power will grant you the ability to swim and respire in very deep water, as if you were a Zora. Please, save my son. So if you help her, she'll grant you the power to swim like a Zora, huh? So, what do you say, hero? Oh, but now that I think about it, I don't suppose you should meet the prince as a wolf, huh? So, no further return you to the world of light then, huh? Yeah, we get it, Midna. Alright, so, let's just get out of here and make our way over to the Spirit Spring. That way we can start collecting the Tears of Light, and, dispel the Twilight from this area, and maybe even save Prince Rylus while we're at it, because, honestly, the protection of water sounds pretty dang useful to me. Looks like the shock of the impact not only raised the water level, but sped up the flow too. The water should flow all the way down to the lake. Why don't you let it take you there? Sounds fun, let's just go with the flow. Something that I do like to think about is that if this game and Ocarina of Time were connected, it would mean that Queen Rutella is married to the same King Zora that you see in Ocarina of Time's Zora's Domain, and she would also be the mother of Princess Ruto, and Prince Rylus would be the brother of Princess Ruto. But these games are connected, so that sort of connection doesn't really exist. But it is fun to consider what it would be like. Aren't you awake yet? Look, we got washed all the way down Lake Hylia just as I predicted. And it looks like we're right in front of the Spirit Spring to boot. Talk about lucky. Well, let's go. Snap out of it and get to the spring. Alright, so right through there is the light sphere, and as soon as we talk to him, we will be tasked with picking up all of the Tears of Light. And that's going to take a while, so you know what? We're going to put that off until the next episode. So if you guys enjoyed this part, like rating would be greatly appreciated. If you want to see more, consider subscribing. But once again, guys, my name is Matt. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.
With me working part-time, my company does not offer health care. I was paying out of pocket until I heard about the new law. I'm covered with no monthly payment.
New law, lower prices, more people qualify at healthcare.gov.
What's up, everybody? Once again, my name is Matt, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. In the last episode, we went all the way up to Zora's domain, unfroze it, which caused the water down here to return to its normal height. Now, we're going to go and talk to the Spirit of Light. That way, in this episode, we can start collecting all the Tears of Light to dispel the Twilight from this area. I am the last of the Spirits of Light, consumed by Twilight. Hero, chosen one of the gods, you have done well to make it this far. Gather my scattered Tears of Light that were stolen by Shadow. Gather them in this. Alright, so there we go, we got ourselves another Vessel of Light, and we know exactly what we need to do with this thing, and trust me, it is going to take a while this time. I am sure you know by now the forms that these dark insects take when they steal our light. In the shadow realm of Twilight, the insects are invisible like the humans of this world. Collect my light. Lift the final cloud of Twilight that threatens to cover all of Hyrule. Alright, we are on the case. Let's just head back out to Lake Hylia now because, well, guess what? There are a couple of insects that we can collect. Now, ignore this one because he's going to lead you off in the direction that I don't want to go just yet. Instead, I actually want to go and get the insect that's all the way over on the island because I'm trying to get all the insects with minimal backtracking because there can be quite in this particular Tears of Light mission if you don't really know the proper order to gather all the insects in. We will have to come back to Lake Hylia to get the very last Tear of Light, but I'll talk more about that, once we actually get there. So for now, let's go back to where we saw that first insect run away from us because now we can go ahead and chase after him and get the next Tear of Light. Now, the reason why this particular Tear of Light mission takes so long is just because all of the tears are spread throughout pretty much every area that we've been to so far in this section of the Twilight. Like, there's a couple of here in Lake Hylia. There's actually a few in that little cave that we flew through on the Card Rock in the last episode. There's some in Upper Zora's River. There's some in Zora's Domain, in the throne room of Zora's Domain, and believe it or not, there's actually one all the way back in Hyrule Castle Town as well. So we gotta travel a long distance just to collect all of these things. Thankfully, because of these shadow beasts, we're actually going to get a portal back here in Lake Hylia, which will make travel somewhat a little bit easier, especially later on. But there's also an area in Zora's Domain that will instantly take you to Hyrule Field, which will, bring you closer to Castletown too. So there are some things that the game does give you to make travel a little bit easier, but it's still going to take a while, although it would be a lot longer if, we didn't actually have those things. Anyways, now that those Twilight Beasts are gone, let's just head over in this direction since I know there's a bug around here somewhere. I think it's actually on sort of this cliff to my left, so let's just head up here and hopefully I'm right. I'm pretty sure I am. Ah, yes, there it is. Alright, come here, friend. Oh yeah, this guy actually tunnels into the ground, so that's gonna be fun. Now we actually have to, find him. And there he is. Get over here. Alright, cool. So now that he's dug up, we can actually just attack him like normal and get ourselves yet another tier of light. There we go. Alright, so the last insect in this area right now is actually all the way at that lakeside hut. You know, I actually don't remember the name of the shop. It was like someone's fantastical lakeside thingamajig. Doesn't really matter. The lakeside shop. Let's just head over there because that's where the next shadow insect actually is. Along the way though, check this out. There is hawk grass right over here. That's important for later on. For now, let's just go and grab this insect and we'll worry about the hawk grass after we collect this next tier of light. Oh crap, actually I'm pretty sure I can get back up, right? Alright, good, I can, because that would have really stunk if I had to go all the way back around. This guy can be kind of annoying to get because if you do miss, chances are you will land in the water, which is kind of obnoxious. So, come on, dude, just attack me already, will you? There we go, and you're dead. Fantastic. Where is my tier of light? I know it should be here somewhere, because I definitely killed him, right? Like, I'm pretty sure I did. Might be under the water, actually. Oh, there it is. Wow, it's all the way under there. Holy crap, it must have gone way far down there. That, like, took forever to get back up here. Alright, now that we got that, let's actually go back over to that hawk grass because, well, we're actually going to howl the tune of the hawk grass. That way, we can call ourselves a hawk. Although, since we're in the Twilight, of course, it's not actually going to be a hawk that we call. Instead, we're going to call ourselves a Kargarok buddy. Now, I'm not sure if, like, it's the same Kargarok that we found in the last episode, but regardless, it works more or less the same way. So as soon as this thing gets down here and finds us, well, guess what's going to happen? Instead of attacking us, it's just going to wait there, and then like Midna's going to take control of it, and now we're going to go right back through that little cavern segment that we did in the last episode, except this time, things are going to be a little bit different, as you can see. It's actually kind of hard to fly through because now we have to worry about like the water below us. So there's actually like less room to maneuver up and down inside this little cavern. Plus, there's also some shadow insects in here that we need to collect, 4 in total. And these guys can actually be hard to catch. Oh wow, I'm actually surprised I did not die there. But yeah, the only way you can actually kill them is by dashing into them, and you'll collect the tier of light automatically. So what you want to do is pretty much get directly behind them and as close to them as possible, and then just try and dash into them. That way you can kill them. This can be kind of difficult because you're kind of on a time limit. Like, you have until pretty much when you start to, when you get out of this cavern to get these 4, and if you miss one of them, you have to go back throughout the entire segment. Thankfully, we actually got all 4 of them already, so that's a relief, because usually I do mess up a few times in this area. The game is pretty lenient, though. Like, if you do overshoot an insect or miss them or whatever, just wait a few seconds, and normally it will fly directly back in front of you again, so you have another opportunity to dash at it. And that will pretty much happen all the way up until the end of this cavern, like when you go through the loading zone to the next area. So if you don't get them all, like, you know, on your first try, don't worry, just wait a few seconds, realign, and try it again. You should be able to get them, you know, before the end of this cavern, because it is pretty long. Thankfully, though, we got them all pretty early on, so didn't really need to worry too much there, I suppose. But now we are back at the upper Zora's River, which is good because there's a few insects that we can collect in this area. So peace out, Kargarok buddy. Now remember that spirit that was over here? Well, we actually do need to listen to her again. That way we can activate the next insect to appear. What's that, a bug? Ew, nasty, why is it so big? Golly, I'm so sick of roughing it in the boonies. Alright, so let's just grab ourselves this tier of light. There's really nothing we want to do with that spirit right now, so I'm not even going to bother like talking to her anymore. Instead, remember last time we were up here I said that there was a howling stone over here? Well, now we can actually, go over here and learn a new song. But first, check out those two spirits. We're going to talk to them later. I just wanted to point those out. For now, let's listen to the stone because we're going to learn ourselves a new tune. So, up, middle, or down, up, middle, down. Let's try and play this real quick. Hopefully I can remember that. Alright, sweet, we got it. Sorry I was quiet there for a second. It sort of helps me if I, listen to the tune to actually play it back. But you might actually recognize that tune too. It's another tune from Ocarina of Time, actually. Take a listen. And in case you're unfamiliar, that is actually the Serenade of Water from Ocarina of Time.
No, it's not.
Let teachings of old pass to you. Take sword in hand and find me. Alright, so we can go and find this guy now once we return to a human and learn ourselves another hidden skill.
Right.
And he's actually sort of near Hyrule Castle Town, believe it or not. Alright, now that that is done, let's go over to those Zora spirits and listen into whatever it is that they have to say. Do you think Prince Rawless passed through here?
Yeah.
He must have. This is the only waterway that connects to Hyrule Castle. Come, let's follow this path in search of him. Alright, so they're going after Prince Rawless, but pay attention because, like they said, this pathway will actually lead you to Hyrule Field and closer to Hyrule Castle. We'll make use of that in a little bit. For now, let's actually go through this little cavern, and this should bring us into Zora's domain. Sweet, it does. Alright, so there's a couple insects in here that we need to collect, so let's just go directly into the center where all these, I guess these are like giant lily pads are. That way we can collect these two insects that are just flying around over here. These guys are actually really annoying since the only way you can actually kill them is by jump attacking them. And since they fly around, they do not make it easy. Gosh dang it, dude. You just like stand still for like 2 seconds and let me attack you. Plus, I think they also can go under the water. There we go, we actually got one of them. So that can actually make it pretty annoying to catch these guys. There we go. Nice. Now we just need to collect the Tears of Light. So give me that one. And oh great, is this another Tear of Light that like went all the way underwater for no reason again? Where is it? Oh, there it is. Alright, sweet. Let's just grab that. And now, let's actually head over to the left and get this insect, because the insect on the right, you can't really tell just by looking at the map, but it's actually on like a higher plane. So we kind of have to go like all the way around Zora's domain and find a way up there to actually get that. Real quick though, I just remembered, before we do that, head up here because, believe it or not, there actually is a chest that we can collect. It's nothing too important, but if we open this up, we can get ourselves a yellow rupee. So there we go, kinda cool. Alright, so now we gotta work at making our way all the way up Zora's domain and getting that last insect. The one all the way on like the top area of the map, that's in like the throne room, so we're not gonna worry about that just yet. Hey, we can climb up from here. Alright, so yeah, pretty much how we're gonna get up through Zora's domain is just by Midna jumping all the way up and around. After we collect this last insect though, we're actually gonna go and warp directly into the throne room since there is that portal up there from when we killed the shadow insects, and I am totally going the wrong way right now. I don't even know why I came up here. I swear, they just like put that hill there to confuse you. This is actually the right way. You want to continue jumping up. I'm not even sure like why that hill is even there, because it doesn't really lead to anything unless like that was the same hill that we jumped up when like this place was frozen over maybe? Not sure. Whatever, let's just keep jumping across here, and eventually we'll make our way over to that insect. I think maybe we have like a few more jumps to get across. Actually, no, right here. Stop and don't jump up any further. Just follow this trail of rupees. They sort of like put those extra jumps there to throw you off, but instead, if you just follow the rupees and come down this weird little hallway, well, the insect is waiting for you right over here. So, there we go. Let's just pick up this tier of light. And now the last insect is actually in the throne room, so believe it or not, the fastest way there is for us to just talk to Midna and use our warp feature to warp directly up there. I know it seems we're kind of close, but honestly, it's farther away than you actually think. Plus, teleportation is just like a lot cooler. I also like how they put you like flat in the middle of the air and then you just like fall into the water. It's kind of funny. Anyway, the only bug that's in here is actually on this wall, so let's just dash into that to knock it down. And now all we gotta do is kill this thing, that way we can get the tier of light. There's only 3 left, and after we kill this one, well, the only other normal insect that we need to kill is actually in Hyrule Castle Town. To get the very last tier of light, let's just say the insect that we have to kill is different, if you will. Alright, so now we need to make our way into Hyrule Castle Town. So, the fastest way to do that, well, first things first, let's actually just completely jump down from here into the center. We want to actually go back to the upper Zora's River, to where we saw those 2 Zora spirits talking, because if you remember, they were talking about a waterway that led them straight to Hyrule Castle. It doesn't actually go directly to Hyrule Castle. Instead, it'll lead you to Hyrule Field. Then you can sort of like walk the rest of the way. But you want to make sure you jump down here and actually take the land pathway. Because if you go in the water will actually take you down to Lake Hylia. Instead, take the land passage and then jump into this stream. And this stream will instantly take you down into Hyrule Field. So there we go. We can swim super fast. And you kind of want to make sure you swim to either of the signs, that way you can just get on land super quickly. And now that we're here, let's just make our way over to Castletown. If you still need to know where you're going, you can actually just use your senses and follow the scent of Ilia all the way back to Hyrule Castletown, and that'll actually take you to where the last insect actually is, because the last insect is basically right outside of Telma's bar. And if you're like exploring and destroying boxes, you can actually find that insect before you get the Vessel of Light. Like, for whatever reason, that insect is always there regardless of if you have the Vessel of Light or not. So if you wanted to, you could have actually killed it already and then just gone up and collected the tier. One thing I do want to show off though is, actually you can't really even see from over here. Let me try from this angle. Yeah, check it out. There is the golden wolf. So when we turn back into a human, we can just come over here and find it. But first, well, check it out. We gotta find some more shadow beasts. It would have been nice if, like, we fought these guys beforehand, because then we could have just, like, teleported down here. But, whatever. At least we can make the portal, after we take these guys out. So, come on over here away from the wall. That way I can actually attack you guys. Actually, this should work. Or not. Never mind. I thought you actually attacked the one that you target first, not the one that's closest to you. Alright, let's try this again. Can you guys, like, get all around me, please? Alright, really? I don't know why it's actually going for that one first. Actually, whatever, this will work for us. There we go. That takes them all out. Easy peasy. I'm not exactly sure, like, what determines which target you go for first. I should probably figure that out. Whatever, now that that portal is there, we actually can't really make use of it right now since, well, we're already here. So instead, let's just go directly into Hyrule Castle Town. Now, like I said, the insect is actually near Telma's bar. I'm kind of going to take a little bit of a shortcut. The one that I was talking about, the last time we were in Castle Town actually looking for Ilia. So instead of going like all the way around the back, we're just going to cut straight through the center and this will take us to the southern road, I believe. Yes, it is. Sweet. So we can just like sort of like go down here, and well, check it out. Talbot's bar is right to our right, but well, the insect is actually under these boxes, so let's just go up here and kill this guy real quick, or not. There we go. And now we can get this tier of light. Sweet. So now there's only one left, but Minna does have something to say, so let's talk to her real quick. Hey, what's going on? There should be one more. Where could the last tier be? What? There it is. What's going on? This is weird. Yeah, so the last tier is actually back in Lake Hylia, except it didn't show up on our map until just now. Thankfully, though, we can actually just talk to Minna and have her warp us to Lake Hylia instantly, so there's no need to, like, walk all the way back there manually. But it is kind of weird that the bug didn't show up until now, right? I wonder why that is. Well, you'll actually find out once you get here, because check it out. Look at the water. There's a giant, like, wake, and then a huge ball of lightning around it. That seems kind of big for a normal shadow insect, right? Plus, there's like this huge lightning storm going on right now. It's all eerie. It's sort of like just setting the mood for what's about to happen. So I guess really the only thing that we have to do is just swim all the way over to where that white dot is, figure out exactly what it is, and collect the tier of light. Because regardless of what it is, it still has that tier of light that we need to fill up this vessel. That way we can dispel the twilight from this area. Jeez, man, I forgot how far this thing was from where the portal actually puts you. But eventually you will make your way to these platforms, and once you get on top of it, dun dun dun, bubbles will start forming. The suspense is building. I wonder what could it be? Perhaps it's like a giant shark with lasers on top of it. Who knows? Well, it's actually just an invisible ball of lightning. That's it. Just kidding. Turn on your senses and check it out. It's a really gross bug thing. Actually, you know what? It kind of looks like a giant, like, bumblebee. Am I the only one that sort of sees that? Honestly, it's kind of adorable in a weird tentacle bee monster sort of way. I kind of feel bad for it, you know? Like, it moves so slow. It sort of like waddles at you, actually. It's actually kind of funny now that I think about it. But yeah, this guy, really not that hard at all. Like, he's gonna run through the water all electrical, so just try to, like, avoid to either its left or its right, and you should be fine. Then just sort of wait for it to charge at you like a normal bug, and then just lunge at it and attack it like you would a card rock. Do that 3 times, and that's basically all you have to do for this guy. So, one more round, and we should be good. Yeah, he will, like, go through the wooden platforms to try to electrocute you, but don't worry, it's actually... Oh, wow, he actually hit me there. I was just about to say it's really easy to avoid, so thanks for making a liar out of me, dude. Alright, and here we go. Just attack him one last time, and he's not going to die right away. Instead, he's going to land in the water. So what you want to do is, like, jump up on his stomach and target everything with Midna and just go at it. You can try and, like, target everything individually, but you might not be able to hit them all as quick, so I recommend just charging up with Midna and doing it that way, since you're guaranteed to take this guy out easy peasy. And there it is, the last tier of light. So there we go, we finally finished up filling up this vessel of light. And now there's going to be a pretty lengthy cutscene, so I'll let you guys enjoy this. The vessel of light is full of tears, and light has returned to this area. You make sure to get that last few shadow now. See you later. My name is Throu. Your efforts have at last restored each of us light spirits in Hyrule. O hero chosen by the gods, the dark power that you seek, it waits in a temple set in the bed of Lake Hylia. But before seeking it, you must now bear witness to something and never forget it. You must know that it was the will of the goddesses that we lock away the forbidden power.
What if smartphones were more than just smart? The all-new Google Pixel 6 makes distractions instantly disappear with the most advanced smartphone camera yet. Google Pixel 6.
When all was chaos, the goddesses descended and gave order and life to the world. They granted power equally to all who dwelt in the light, and then returned to the heavens. The lands where the goddesses descended came to be known as the Sacred Realm. For ages, the people lived at ease, content in mind and body. But soon, word of the Sacred Realm spread through Hyrule, and a great battle ensued. Among those living in the light, interlopers who excelled at magic appeared. Wielding powerful sorcery, they tried to establish dominion over the Sacred Realm. It was then that the goddesses ordered us 3 light spirits to intervene. We sealed away the great magic those individuals had mastered. You know this magic. It is the dark power you seek, the fused shadow. O hero chosen by the goddesses, beware. Those who do not know the danger of wielding power will before long be ruled by it. Never forget that. The dark power that you seek is within the sleeping lake-bed temple in Lake Hylia. Well, things got pretty heavy. I'm not even sure what I could say to help you guys process that. I think the best way is to give it time. So you know what? That is going to do it for this episode. If you guys enjoyed this video, a like rating would be greatly appreciated. If you want to see more, consider subscribing. But once again, guys, my name is Matt. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. What's up, everybody? Once again, my name is Matt, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. In the last episode, we dispelled the Twilight from this area and pretty much opened up the way to the next temple. But you know what? We're not going to go there just yet. Instead, there's a couple of things that I would like to take care of beforehand. So in this episode, we're going to do some exciting side questing by collecting a few more items, some pieces of heart, and actually a lot of golden bugs, believe it or not. So let's start this thing off by making our way over to the lakeside shop. Although this place isn't really a shop, it kind of plays into a mini game of sorts. You'll see what I mean in a second, because honestly, I can't really explain it. It's just really stinking bizarre. Let's just talk to this guy first. Some of the Zoras are still alive down under there. I thought maybe they dried up along with the lake. Hey buddy, have you heard? There's like a temple or something at the bottom of this lake. They put on such airs with their rituals and fancy temple hoo-ha, then they just disappear. And what's with putting that temple so deep that humans can't swim there? I swear, those Zoras. Someone sounds mad. Oh, are you a customer? Hey, you are one lucky fellow. Why is that? The height of excitement, the thrill of launching to the heavens, the very peak of flying fantastication. It can be yours, fella, for a limited time only, and without waiting in line. It's a paltry 10 rupees. What do you say, buddy of mine? Want to give it a shot? Before we say yes, I want to point out the fact that there is a third option called special repairs. Now, we don't have anything that needs repairs just yet, so keep that in mind for later on. For now, let's give it a shot. Welcome, fella. Alright, this way. Okay, let's go into this crazy contraption and see what happens. Like, this is one of those things that makes me wonder about Zelda sometimes, because, like I said, it is just so ridiculously crazy, but at the same time, I absolutely love it. So, this thing is a giant freaking cannon. And what this does is launches us back up to the top of Lake Hylia. So, this is good for two reasons. One, there is a mini game up here that we can play, and two, this is how we can actually get back to Hyrule Field. Whoa! And that reminds me of something. Didn't the late Queen in Zora's Domain ask you to do something? She asked us to find her son, the one who's been missing since he headed for Hyrule Castle. I think she said something about granting you some special power if you rescued him. If the final piece of the Fused Shadow is at the bottom of Lake Hylia, then it looks like we're going to need that ability. Oh yeah, you're actually right on that one, Midna. I hate to say it, but I kind of forgot about that. Before we deal with that, though, let's come over here and talk to this guy, because this is where the actual minigame is. Well, hi there! Welcome to Falby's Flight by Fowl. Are you ready for a flight full of dreams and sweet, sweet bonuses? A cuckoo-powered ride around Lake Hylia. You will love it! Next up for Fantastication, one big guy, or just one. Right then, that's 20 rupees for a ticket to the Isle of Riches. How about it, partner? Alright, let's do it. Alright, thanks, partner. No problem. Now just grab a cuckoo of any cover and try to sail to the Isle of Riches. Alright, cool. So let's just grab ourselves a cuckoo. You want to make sure you, sneak up on them. Don't run to them because they will run away. Next, let's just line ourselves up and go for it. So, while we're flying down here, there's a couple of, wireframe rupees you can try to collect if you really want to, although it's not really worth it. The main thing you want to do is make sure you land on the Isle of Riches itself. Now, you can see that there is one platform that's spinning around with a giant target on it. That is, I guess, the grand prize, although it's not actually the best thing that you can get on the Isle of Riches. Instead, I kind of want to land on the one directly below it. It's still the same size, but the prize is much better. And, of course, I would land on the one that I'm not even trying to. Well, let's just open this up anyways and see what we get. Alright, so we got ourselves an orange rupee, which is worth 100 rupees. I mean, it's pretty good, but it's not the best thing here. I'm going to try and actually land on the platform below here if possible. I think I might be able to, grab onto this sledge, and that did not work at all. Fantastic. Alright, so now that means we need to do that minigame one more time. So you know what? I will meet you guys back up there and do this again. Alright, so This is looking much better. Hopefully we can just land there. And fantastic. This is where I tried to land the first time. Alright, let's open up this chest and see what we get, because this is really important. It's a piece of heart. So there we go. Only one more to fill up another heart container. Now, if you are very careful, you can grab onto the sledge, drop down, and now we can actually open up this chest, which contains 50 rupees. So there you go. The farther you go down the Isle of Riches, the less valuable the treasures will be. But theoretically, you could grind this area for rupees if you were really hard pressed for money, because you know it only costs like 30 rupees total to play the game. You know, 10 to get up there, and 20 to actually fly down, I guess. And as long as you're decent with controlling a cuckoo, you'll pretty much always come out ahead. Anyways, let's talk to this guy one more time, since we actually do need to get launched back up there again. We're not going to play the minigame, though, I promise. Just like with any reoccurring cutscene, though, you can actually press minus to skip this, and you will instantly just be back up here. Alright, now the real reason I came back up here is because, well, we can actually exit using this door, and this will take us back out to Hyrule Field. And that's important because, well, there is a lot of stuff that we can do out here and in the Zora Domain area as well. So we'll probably visit, like, everywhere in this episode, which means we're going to be traveling across a lot of landmass, and we want to do that quickly. So let's come over here, because check it out, there is some horseshoe grass, and we can use this to call our trusty steed opponent to our side. You'll remember that, like, we left her at the entrance to the last Twilight Wall, so I'm really glad that they put that grass there. Otherwise, it would have been a pain to go out and find Epona. Anyways, let's start adventuring now. You'll notice that we can actually go across this bridge since there's no more oil on it and no enemies are going to light it on fire, but there actually is a golden insect over here that we can collect first, so let's take care of that guy. And normally what I like to do is stand near this section of the bridge, because the golden insect, oh there it is, normally it's actually like on the wall, and it will fly away when you call it to you with your Gale Boomerang. So if you stand on this side of the bridge, normally it flies like to an area where you can actually pick it up. But there we go, we got the male mantis. I think that's the male, right? Anyway, it doesn't really matter. Let's go and get the female mantis. Mr. Link, wait! Gosh dang it, man, it's the mailman again. Alright, what do you want, dude? Alright, so he has 2 more letters for us. Nothing too important. I'm not gonna bother reading them. Like I said, most of the time the mailman doesn't really give you anything that important. Although, if you are having trouble, like, figuring out what you should do next, and you do encounter the mailman, you might as well go and read the letters, because I think sometimes the letters that you do receive might contain information that, pertains to where you should go next, or what you should do next. Anyways, in this area there's actually some new enemies. These are different colored shoes. So we saw the yellow ones before. Now there are blue shoes and red shoes in this area. Red shoes, if you scoop them up, they can actually be used as health potions, so you can pretty much use them to restore your HP if you want to. I have no idea where this golden bug is, because I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be under this little overhang around here, unless there's like another section down here, which there might be. So hang on, let me take care of these enemies real quick, and we might be able to find this golden insect, because I know it's in this area. So unless it like flew away behind the rocks. Oh wait, no, there it is. Alright, sweet. Let me just get a little bit closer, and there we go. Get down here, buddy. You were hiding for a long time. Not cool, friend. Not cool. And let me grab you. There we go. Fantastic. Alright, so now that we got that, that completes another set. And believe it or not, that's actually everything that I want to do in this area. So, we kind of want to make our way back to the main area of Hyrule Field. You know, like where we were first following Ilia's scent when we were a wolf. And if you look at your map, you can see that there is a path that connects us pretty much back to where we want to go. Only problem is, Epona can't travel that path. So we're going to do our best to explore a little bit and find an alternate route. Don't worry, it's actually really, really easy. Just, when you come to the fork up here, go to the right side, then just blow up these boulders, and ta-da, there we go. This path will pretty much take us exactly where we need to go. So it's pretty much just created to let you bring Epona from one section to the other, because I believe on the other path there's like a ledge or something that Epona can't get up, so that's sort of why I guess this path was created. And of course, let's blow these rocks as well, that way we can make our way back into the main section of the field. So, now that we're here, there's actually a golden bug that we can get right on this tree. So let's plop off real quick and grab this. No, enemy, why did you do that?
Yeah.
You scared him away. You know what, screw it. We're going to have to take out some of these enemies then, because there's no way we are getting that insect with all of these guys around. You couldn't just leave them alone. You had to just ooh, wait, hang on. Please? Wait, can I get you? Come on. No, stop flying. There we go, we actually got it. Fantastic. Alright, stag beetle acquired. Screw you enemies. We're getting out of here. Let's go, Epona. Alright, so now we just need to find the female version of the stag beetle, and we will complete another set. And believe it or not, the next bug is actually kind of on the way to where we want to go, so that's good for us. And honestly, like, I thought collecting these bugs was going to be a pain in the butt when I was, like, planning this LP, because for whatever reason, like, I guess, like, when I collected them the first time I played this game, I just had, like, such a bad time. But honestly, it's really kind of easy. Like, I don't know why I thought this was going to be so annoying, because we're doing really good so far. Let me take out this Tectite real quick, just because I don't want him bothering us. And now we are free to get this insect, so come on down, buddy. We just want to stick you in our pocket. Don't you fly away from me. Alright, come on, and there we go. Great! Another set completed. Alright, so now we're pretty much going to make our way over to Zora's Domain. And how you get there as a human is actually kind of weird. Like, I don't really think it makes a lot of sense. But, all you want to do is actually make your way up the side of this mountain, and you'll notice that there is some... Alright, well that didn't really work. But yeah, there's a breakable rock here, and... Alright, that's one way to get off the horse. Yeah, so just blow up that rock, and right through here, this will actually lead us into Zora's Domain, although, like I said, I don't really think this makes a lot of sense, because, like, Zora's Domain is supposed to be close to Lake Hylia, but this is, like, nowhere near Lake Hylia in terms of, like, map location, so I'm not really sure how exactly that works, but it does. So now that we're up here, there's really only one thing that I want to do up here at this particular moment, and that's actually open up, like, this pathway, because it's going to be kind of used as a shortcut later on, so we can easily access, like, every area of Zora's Domain from Hyrule Field. That's really all I wanted to do, so, let's just jump into the waterfall, actually, because I want to go down to this section of Zora's Domain, and you're probably wondering why. Well, there's actually a couple golden insects that we can collect, plus there's a few other things that we can do in the upper Zora's River section as well. First things first, though, let's head up here because, well, there's a golden insect that I want to collect, and doesn't seem like this guy's going to be nice to us, so let's just use the boomerang. Sometimes, if you're lucky, he'll be flying, like, low enough for you to be able to just pick him up, although he's not cooperating. Wait, hang on. There we go. Thanks, buddy. So, that is the dragonfly. Now, the female version of the dragonfly is actually kind of far away if you consider, you know, how close all the other insects were. Like, normally, you don't have to cross over any loading zones to find the other version of that insect. However, the dragonfly is a little bit different, so we want to make our way into the upper Zora's River section, because that's where we'll find the female dragonfly. So make sure you actually, you know, come across here on the land, because if you go across here on the river, I believe it's just going to automatically take you down to Lake Hylia. So keep that in mind, I guess. Now, There's actually a couple things we can do in this area, but for right now, I just want to focus on getting the golden insect, which is actually like on the side of this weird floating bridge that connects like the two half of Upper Zora's River. So come here, buddy. I would like to grab you and add you to my collection. There we go. And we'll do everything else in a little bit. For now, let's actually come over to this door. It's kind of like tucked away in the back here. This will actually lead us to a new area, and we can do a couple of things inside. So welcome to the fishing hole. By the way, I absolutely love the music in this area. It is like so relaxing. Also, you can get a ton of like, you know, rupees just by cutting the grass in here, although it's really not like the quickest way to grind for rupees. There's a couple things that I want to do in here, but first things first, let's head over in this direction and check out this sign, because it's going to give us a little bit of a hint. Don't litter. Do not toss empty bottles or cans here. The fish are crying. Keep the fishing hole clean. So that's a hint that there is actually an empty bottle that you can recover if you fish in this section of like the lake. So we're going to do just that and see if we can pull it up. Now, I believe this is completely random, so this may take a couple of attempts. Like 9 times out of 10, you normally get the empty bottle on like your second try. So I might just like cut until we get the empty bottle if this isn't it. Oh wow, we actually got it on our first try. That usually does not happen. Like, that's pretty rare. I'm actually happy about that though. So now that is done, we can move on to the next thing that I want to do in this area. And that is going to be inside that little hut. There's actually going to be a new character that we can meet in there, and actually kind of like another mini game of sorts, I guess you could say. So let's head inside and see what's going on. And once you get in here, yeah, Link's actually pretty excited about it. I guess he loves fishing or something like that, because this place just like makes him go insane. Hi there! Hey, you! You've never been here before, have you? Well, I'm the owner of this fishing hole. My name is Henna. Nice to meet you. Alright, so let's go over here and actually talk to her real quick. It's 20 rupees to try some lure fishing. There's no time limit, and the canoe rental's included. Alright, sounds good. Want to give it a shot? Let's do it. Okay. Well, seeing how this is your first time and all, I'll throw in the guide service for free. Let's get fishing. So yeah, the guide service is basically, Henna's going to come along with us. Now, if you want her to come along with you in any other occasion, it's going to cost like 100 rupees, I believe. But the reason why we're coming out here is not to actually just waste time fishing, but because, well, on this rock ledge is actually a piece of heart. And this can actually be kind of tricky to get, although I'm going to do my best. Now, fishing is actually a little bit different while you're on the boat. So you have to like press A and hold the Wii remote upwards to, you know, raise the pole, and then, I don't know why it's not working, but you're supposed to just like throw it. There it goes. Oh man, we were so close. We almost had that.
Yeah.
This might take a while, so you know what, I'm just gonna cut until, I actually get it. And there we go. Finally. That took a really long time. What's that? A piece of heart? Ooh, whose heart did you catch, you big sweetheart? Don't be shy. This one's yours to keep. Alright, so there we go. That took a really long time. Anyways, now that we got that though, let's just call it quits for now. You really want to quit? Yes, we do. Let's get out of here. That's really all I wanted to do on the boat. Oh, all done? Too bad this time, huh? Oh well, it happens. Well, better luck next time. I don't know what you're talking about, lady. I got a piece of heart. Now, on the wall here, you can actually see, like, photos of, some family members. So that's Koro, you know, the guy who was selling us lantern oil. And that's her sister, who is actually out in Upper Zora's River, you know, running the other shop. So, I guess they're sort of, like, all related. But, now that we're done here in the fishing hole, what do you say we head out back to Upper Zora's River and actually talk to Henna's sister and see what kind of establishment she's running? Because, I mean, the whole family seems to be in, like, the entrepreneurial business ship. I mean, Koro is trying to sell lanterns, Henna runs that fishing hole, so let's see what this lady does. I bet it's something...
What if smartphones were more than just smart? The all-new Google Pixel 6 truly sees you, not a blurry face. With the most advanced and inclusive smartphone camera yet, Google Pixel 6.
Have you tried Johnsonville sausage strips on a BLT, SLT, whatever? It's a life changer.
Like, really cool too. A customer? Sorry, but we're temporarily closed. Aw, well, isn't that just a shame? And, ooh, what is this? Well, we know what these normally mean, so it looks like we're gonna have to fight some shadow beasts. This is actually a pretty funny cutscene because you'll see what happens, once these things actually do appear. Yeah, she just totally freaks out at the sight of them. It's kind of funny, but let's try and lure these guys all together. That way we can take them out all at once. Come on, guys, just get... Okay, that actually worked. I didn't really think that was going to, but I'm glad that it did. Alright, come on, just one more time, and... Oh, no, dang it, I missed the last one! Curse you! You were just, like, out of my radius of my spin attack. That kind of stinks. I'm just gonna take this one guy out then, and I'll take out, like, the other two with, the spin attacks. Alright, he's dead for sure then. And there we go. One more spin attack, please. Sweet, we actually did it that time. Alright, so that takes care of those guys, and now, well, we have another portal that we can use. That'll actually come in handy. So we save this lady. Whoa, that scared me. Who are you? How can you keep your cool fighting monsters like that? Wow, what a champ you are. Well, what are we standing around jawing for? Come on inside. Golly. Talk about scary. I thought I was done for. Things have been getting pretty crazy around here, let me tell you. So thanks for earlier. My name's Izza. I rent boats here. Well, I used to rent boats here, but then I had a rock fall and it dammed the river up. Yeah, I could sure use a helpful guy around at times like this. Yep, a handy guy would sure be a big help around here. Alright, let's help her out. Really? Yeah, you're a lifesaver. Well, if you think you can do something about that rock, I'll give you some bombs and arrows, so you just put them together and shoot bomb arrows at the thing. And this is really what I don't get, like, if Izza had the arrows and the bombs, and knew that you could combine them to make bomb arrows, why didn't she just clear it herself? Like, I guess maybe if she didn't have a bow, that would be, like, the only reason, but still, it's kind of weird. Yay! You did it! But my gal tells me there are still some rocks blocking the way along the river, so you should take care of those too. Yeah, we're not really done yet. Here's the boat. Hop in. There's still more things to clear, and this is where it gets kind of tricky. Now, it's a teensy bit dangerous downriver up here, so don't leave the boat, okay? One of our part-timers is waiting down there, so you can get the details from her. And when you're done, you can keep that bomb bag and everything in it as a token of my appreciation. So, be seeing ya. Well, at least we had to keep something from this, but this is more or less just like a demo of the minigame that normally takes place here, so we don't really have to pay anything, and we do get to keep a bomb bag for our troubles, which is kind of nice, although I think in the real minigame, if you like crash into a wall or something, you instantly lose. Also, you're going to want to pay attention because you're going to find like a ton of debris and stuff like this blocking the path, and if you take it out now with your bomb arrows, it will actually be gone in the real minigame. So the more debris you take out now, the easier the minigame will actually be when you do it for real. So I'm going to do my best to try and take out everything that I can, although I think there are actually a few areas where no matter what you do, you won't be able to hit everything just because the river moves too fast, and this canoe is actually really, really hard to control, believe it or not. Like, you just want to like try and keep yourself facing forward at all times and try and go along with the current as best as you can. I mean, it sounds easy, but trust me, if you've played this before, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's actually somewhat difficult. So I'm just going to do my best, and if I miss anything, it's really not going to be that big of a deal. Anyways, once you get over here, check it out. It's a Zora. Ah, you've come at the request of the shop owner, haven't you? Well, I'm in for employ. Part-time for now. I'm sorry we've troubled you so. You see, these rocks are blocking the natural flow of the river. All you need to do is use your bomb arrows to destroy the blockage. Alright, sounds easy enough. Let's just get rid of... Well, actually it didn't work. Alright, let's just get rid of this thing. 2 bomb arrows and it is gone. Fantastic. You did it! Thank you! Ah, and the water has already begun to flow. Then I shall guide you to the mouth of the river. Follow me. Alright, so from here on out, we basically just want to follow this Zora. Down the rest of the river, really. There's going to be a couple more things that we're going to want to shoot along the way, but for now, we kind of have it easy, although, oh, man, it is ridiculously hard to steer this thing, I swear, like, my gosh. Alright, I think there might be something coming up over here that we want to shoot. Maybe not actually. I'm not really sure. All I know is, like, for a little while, like, we don't really have to worry about anything, but, once we get to, like, an area where there's kind of, like, a lot of wood, that's kind of where there's some more, you know, blockage that we can get rid of. Also, if you try hard enough, you can, like, swim directly behind the Zora and collect all the rupees that she's dropping, although it is kind of hard to stay there. Anyways, here's the blockage that I was talking about, so let's try and get rid of as much of this as we can. We got rid of a good amount, I would say. You know, like, 2 of them, I guess. Open up the pathway just a little bit more, so it made it a lot bigger, I guess. So it'll be easier to get through, you know, when we actually want to play this minigame for real. And there's some more blockage over here. So, ooh, wow, we actually got rid of both of those. And sweet, we got those too. Nice. That is definitely going to make our lives a lot easier. And we're pretty much at the end now, so that's really all we needed to worry about. I'm glad that we actually did that because we got a majority of the blockage. I think we only missed like 2 things out of, you know, everything that you can actually hit. So really, really good. Anyways, now we are back in Lake Hylia. So yeah, we've kind of gone full circle. We're right back to where we started. Good job out there. Thanks, I appreciate it. Although we did get a lot done, but there's still more that we need to do. You've truly done us a great service. Now the shop can finally reopen. When we were closed, my boss's temper only got worse and worse. It was a rough time for us all. Oh, and another thing. I don't suppose she promised you anything special for doing this, did she? Just that bomb bag, right? Yeah, she tends to bribe people with whatever's lying around. So stingy, really. It's alright. I'll let her know you keep it when I get back. Alright, so there we go. For our troubles, we got ourselves a bomb bag. Very nice. We'll eventually go up and do that minigame for real and see what else we can get. Now, if you'll excuse me, come visit the shop sometime. Alright, see you later. So yeah, she's just gonna go return to the shop and take the canoe with her. But that pretty much does that. Like I said, though, there's still a lot we can do before we can actually visit the next temple. But you know what? That's enough for this episode. So if you guys enjoyed this part, like rating would be greatly appreciated. If you want to see more, consider subscribing. But once again, guys, my name is Matt. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.
Alright, folks, that's gonna do it for tonight. Thank you for watching my stream coming on and stuff. There will be more Legend of Zelda tomorrow night. You all have a good night and stay lit and stay safe. And I will see you all tomorrow. Have a good night.
Shining